piecing it together. Over the course of the season, they added Ray and Mize. Brewers have seen them both in this series. This one's popped up. Foul territory, giving it a look, is the first baseman, France, but he'll run out of room. And the battle will continue at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Vaughn, 3 for 15 against Ray in his career. 3-2 pitch. And a pop-up. First base side, drifting into foul territory is France. He's got room to make this play. Makes the catch, battling the sun. And the inning is over. Brewers go down in order in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of...
I'm going to go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you have the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich.
Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
Crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
Taps the plate. It'll trickle down the third baseline. The Mariners are going to let it roll. Lenny Randall gets down on his hands and knees and blows on it like a curler, and it goes foul.
I have never seen that before in baseball. If this is allowed, that will be part of the arsenal, I'm sure, of the third baseman from now on.
Make you forget Laurel and Hardy in a hurry.
It's going to go as a base hit.
Don't miss out on WinFest, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and awards member to play.
The first inning is brought to you by Lakeland University, your first choice for a flexible, career-focused education on your schedule. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
It is a scoreless baseball game as we go to the bottom of the first inning here in San Diego. Luis Rengifo will lead things off for the Padres against Dustin May, making his second start as a Brewer. Told you back on June 15th against this Padres squad, he threw a complete game, 1-hit shutout. Hoping for 60% of that here today against this Padres lineup from Dustin May. First pitch is in there for a strike on Luis Rengifo, and it's 0-1. Not that the Brewers wouldn't take the same result. They would definitely sign up for that. May out of the windup brings home the 0-1 pitch. Chopper foul, first base side, and it's 0-2. Brewers baseball being brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer with great taste, only 96 calories. It's Miller time. Pitch to Rengifo is a ground ball. 2 hops the glove of Ortiz. Spins and throws it away. Ends up in foul territory. It was going to be a tough play for Joey, ranging to his left. He made a great job picking that ball on a second hop. And then threw it wide of the first base bag. No chance for Vaughn to make the catch. It did not get far enough away for Rengifo to get an extra base out of it, but it'll be a base hit for Rengifo. And Rengifo stands at first, and here come the Padres. Boy, they put a lot of pressure on you. This lineup is as hot as about any lineup in baseball right now, and the Brewers have seen it up close over the last couple of days. First pitch to Cronenworth is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. For Dustin May, again, we've said it a couple of times. It's his second start as a Brewer. Worked 6 innings, gave up 3 hits and 2 runs in his first start against Pittsburgh last week. Pitch, a swing and a miss at a cutter, and it's 0-2. And he would tell you, I think, if you were asking him, that even though it was an effective start, and it was a quality start, that there's a better version of Dustin May that's still in there. Here's a swing and a miss. And he strikes out Cronenworth on 3 pitches, gets him with a sweeper. That's a big first down for Dustin May, an ortho ASAP strikeout. Start healing faster and don't strike out. Get back to the active lifestyle you want, ortho ASAP. See a specialist today at orthowisconsin.com. One away, and here's Manny Machado. Righty versus righty matchup. Rengifo being held on at first by Vaughn. And the pitch to Machado is swung on and fouled straight back, and it's 0-1. May, the 28-year-old, he has pitched in a lot of big games. He's pitched against this club, San Diego, more than any club in baseball all those years with the Dodgers. And the 0-1. That just missed inside. Two-seam fastball at 97. It was in off the plate by about a baseball and a half. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Machado, hitting .215, 23 home runs, and 70 driven in. Toss to first and back in time is Rengifo. Brewers defensively, let's set it for you. Churio in left, Lockridge in center today. Bowers is in right field. Ortiz at third, Hamilton at short, Terang at second. Vaughn is the first baseman. Sanchez does the catching. Here's the pitch, and Machado took a sweeper down and away. It's 2-1. Mike Estabrook is the first base umpire today. Lance Barrett at second base. Malachi Moore at third. The crew chief Alfonso Marquez has the plate. May out of the stretch. The 2-1. And a one-hopper. Backhanded by Hamilton. Throws to second for one. On to first in time. Oh, what a beauty of a double play. Started up by David Hamilton. That ball was a rocket off the bat of Machado. 109. He got it on one hop. Made an off-balance throw to second perfectly to Terang.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha. And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bach beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger, and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
Lombard back to the plate. Hit in the air. Deep left field. Torres back. George Lombard Jr. has entered the yard and left it. His first big league hit. His first big league homer.
To the dugouts going nuts.
This is some debut. You know, you dream of this since you're a kid, and then it comes and it's all coming through.
How much more do you want to be impressed? It was an 0-2 pitch.
Is always there to protect your dreams.
Now the Brewers turn a double play to get out of the first inning, and we go to the top of the second inning. Jake Bauers takes pitch number 1 from Robbie Ray, down and away with a slider. It's 1-0. Double plays presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, the Midwest's #1 entertainment destination. Slots, dining, sportsbook, poker, live entertainment. It's all here. Endless ways to win. Bauers takes a strike on the outside edge, and it's 1-1. Bauers hitting cleanup today for the Brewers. Cleanup hitting home damage with Loyal Family. Ray out of the windup, brings home the pitch, and that missed a little bit low. Fastball at 92. It's 2-1. It's located in Muskego, serving southeastern Wisconsin and across the state. Don't let the out-of-towners handle it. Call locally owned Loyal Family Renovations for a free inspection today. Ray out of the windup, brings home the 2-1 pitch to Bowers, and he rolls one foul up the first baseline. It's 2-2. San Diego defensively, Rengifo in left, Merrill's the center fielder. Hayes gets the start in right field today. It's a day off for Fernando Tatis Jr., or at least to start it is. Machado at the hot corner at third. Bogart's the shortstop. Cronenworth's already made a spectacular play at second base. France is at first, and Fermin does the catching. Here's the 2-2 to Bowers, and he lifts one in the air to center. Long run in for Merrill, but he's there and makes the catch. And there's one away here in the Brewers half of the second inning, and that will get William Contreras to the plate. Brewers trying to get their offense going. Offense has been maybe a little behind of where the defense and the pitching has been since the All-Star break. Brewers have had a good record since the All-Star break. Rolls one foul, does Contreras, third base side, and it's 0-1. They are 15-9 since the break, so Brewers have certainly gotten the job done in the win-loss column. The 0-1 is a fly ball foul and out of play first base side, and it's 0-2 on Contreras. But because of this lengthy stretch that they're in the middle of, they've really had to lean on the bullpen at times, even lean on the starting pitching to go a little deeper than maybe they'd normally ask them to. It's all connected. 0-2 pitch is fouled back and out of play, and it stays at no balls and 2 strikes. And that's where a little bit more offense could help all of that as well. Get some bigger leads, not have to use your leverage guys quite as much. But that's what the Brewers do. They play a lot of close games. 0-2 pitch is a fly ball. This went into shallow right. Hayes circling underneath of it with the sunglasses on. He reaches up and makes the catch. And there's 2 away for Gary Sanchez. Well, a clean ride is always a win. Stop by Tsunami Express Car Wash before or after the tailgate to keep the car fresh. Tsunami Express Car Wash, the official car wash of the Milwaukee Brewers. Sanchez getting the start behind the plate here this afternoon. 224 average, 9 home runs, 27 driven in for Gary. First pitch, and Gary lines one out to left and deep. This one is way out of here. Gary Sanchez, his 10th of the season, and the Brewers grab an early 1-0 lead. That ball was smoked. It was a fastball middle, and Gary got it up and out of here in a hurry. That'll feel good for Gary.
Pretty good for a pitcher.
Yeah, not bad for a pitcher. Not bad for a two-way player. Gary Sanchez, after pitching in last night's game. Home runs presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Here's Lockridge, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1. Get back to taking big swings on the course, court, or field with a visit to Ortho ASAP. Get expert care today at orthowisconsin.com. Here's the 0-1 to Lockridge, and a swing and a miss on a changeup down and in. It's 0-2.
That was career home run number 199.
There's one away.
Yep, for El Gary.
Well, hopefully he can get it on this road trip. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Lockridge strikes out, and the inning is over. Let's do one better. Maybe he can get it today.
Yeah.
1-0 Milwaukee. They strike first as we go to the bottom of the second on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance. What's on Tap, brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer.
This ball is launched to right. Dom Smith, a deep blast. And Atlanta with a couple of solo homers and a 2-0 lead.
How about the location? That's elevated. It's 97. A little bit of cut to it, a little bit of vert. Exactly where he wanted it. But Dom Smith doing his homework and ready for it, and crushes that one to right.
A no-doubter for his second of the season.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Problem now down the left field line is one of the carts looks like it ran out of gas. This is something out of Keystone Cops right here.
Michael Lorenzen might be in the market for a new glove. Chuck that one in the trash can.
Dropped it on the grass as the pitch was coming.
Nobody's out here to take it away.
Whoops.
The bat even goes farther as a torpedo when it's thrown into the stands. Look at this.
How do you like that? Have you ever seen that before? It just disappeared.
I thought it might have been a home run.
Dustin May used the double play ball to get himself through that first inning on just 10 pitches. And now he faces the red-hot Ty France to lead things off here in the bottom of the second for San Diego. May brings home the first pitch, and it's fouled back into the net, and it's 0-1. May came into the day 6-7 with a 4.30 ERA. Works out of the windup here, and the 0-1 pitch to France is a pop-up, foul territory. This one's going to find the seats first base side, and it's 0-2 on France. One thing you can say about Dustin May, and we're still getting to know him in a Brewers uniform. Of course, very familiar with him as a Dodger last year with the Red Sox. Saw him a couple of times earlier with St. Louis. He looks the part, Josh. I mean, you look at the velo, you look at the stuff, the presence on the mound. The 0-2 pitch to France is hit in the air down the right field line. It is dying quickly, but in foul territory. In fact, gets all the way out of play, and we'll do it again at 0-2 strikes. You can see where, for Dustin May, the last few years, it's just been a matter of getting healthy and feeling like himself again. Availability has been a bit of an issue over the course of the career for May, but making his 23rd start of the season here this afternoon. Here's a pitch and a check swing by France as the cutter missed high. It's 1-2.
I mean, you can really understand why the Brewers specifically wanted to trade for him this year, because when they saw him with the Cardinals, he's about as good as any pitcher we've faced.
1-2 pitch. Missed down and away. And it's 2-2 strikes. The first start in Milwaukee, absolutely. And he was pretty darn good against the Brewers in St. Louis in July as well. Two-two pitch. And a ground ball back up the middle into center field. It's a base hit. So the second inning in a row where the leadoff man is reached for the Padres. France is aboard. He's got 5 hits in this series. Now 5 for 9 with a homer. And now you face the red-hot Jackson Merrill. It's already the Padres with more hits than they had against Dustin May back on June 15th when he threw the complete game 1-hit shutout. He was good here in San Diego also back in May when he climbed the mound against these Padres. This ball's a ground ball to short. Fielded by Hamilton, a run to the bag himself. And then throws to first in time. It's a 6-3 double play, and the Brewers using the double play ball today behind Dustin May. Getting those ground balls like he so frequently can. And the Brewers have already turned 2 behind him here this afternoon. Double plays presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, Midwest #1 entertainment destination. Slots, dining, sportsbook, poker, live entertainment. It's all here. Endless ways to win. Now here's Austin Hayes. And Hayes takes down and away with a cutter. It's 1-0. Yeah, when he started here in San Diego, went 6 innings, gave up just 2 earned runs in that start. May looking in. Hayes, right-handed hitter. Guy that typically is in there against lefties, getting a start against a righty here today, and that sinker ran down and in. It's 2 balls and no strikes on Hayes. Offering. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. And Austin Hayes took a massive hack at that cut fastball. It's 2-1. Dustin May quickly learning why so many pitchers like pitching in Milwaukee with the defense behind him that they can put out there on the infield. And with Joey Ortiz back, that much more special here today. Ground ball back up the middle. It's going to roll out to Terrain. Fields it near the bag, throws to first in time. And another efficient inning for Dustin May. Just 11 pitches. He's got 21 for the game, and he's faced the...
Up next was Andrew Jones. The 10-time Gold Glove winner became a force at the core of the Braves dynasty at just 19 years old. Taking his place as the first Hall of Famer from Curaçao, Jones delivered a love letter to his island.
I feel like a rookie today, surrounded by all these amazing Hall of Famers behind me. There's no easy way to get here from the small island of Curaçao, but today Cooperstown and Curaçao are forever joining together. My biggest fan, Carmen Jones. Thank you for being an amazing mom and raised me the right way. Nobody in the Braves organization had a bigger impact on me than manager Bobby Cox. Bobby had confidence in me and helped me become the best player I could have been. It didn't matter if we were in Chicago, New York, or LA, or whatever we win, you guys supported us. It's an honor to have a Braves hat on my plaque. Thank you, Braves country. There's no better feeling than being here today at Cooperstown.
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the Gulf Green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
Privacy? Car doesn't even look cool. Join the auto in crowd. Visit zbart.com for your tint today.
Camping, cookouts, family get-togethers all in full swing. You got to have the Usinger bratwurst to go with it. Maybe the hot dogs. You could throw those in there too. Got the best right here for you at Usinger's. We go to the third, 1-0 Milwaukee. And with the play-by-play, here's Josh Maurer.
Thank you, Lane. David Hamilton takes a strike from Robbie Ray. Lefty versus lefty. Bluffed the bunt, but pulled the bat back. The pitch was at the knees. Actually, it probably was a ball. It was low. But it was called a strike, and now he grounds one to first. Diving play by Ty France to his left. He smothers it and then steps to the bag in time to retire Hamilton. That's 2 diving plays that have taken away hits on the infield by the Padres defense behind Robbie Ray thus far.
Josh, if he doesn't get the glove to that might have been a triple for David Hamilton. That was headed for the right field corner with Hamilton's speed. You don't assume anything.
That's right. But 1 out, and here's Joey Ortiz. First at bat since coming back from his back and neck issue. And he takes low ball 1. 1-0 Brewers. On the home run by Gary Sanchez, the 199th of his major league career. Ortiz did not play in any of the previous 3 games. And now the 1-0. Outside on a changeup, 2-0. Was having a nice homestand before that injury popped up. Didn't play a lot in that Pirates and Twins homestand. He was 3 for 5 though when he did. The 2-0 coming. Took it away and it's 3-0. On the season, the batting average at .240. 5 homers, 29 driven in for Joey. Nice to see him back in the lineup today. As the Brewers try to salvage a game in San Diego before they take on the Dodgers. The 3-0 coming. Looked at it all the way. And a get-me-over fastball from Robbie Ray. Strike 1. Gorgeous afternoon here. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Out of the windup, Rays 3-1. Swing and a foul straight back. Challenged him with a sinker, and it's 3-2. Third inning brought to you by Citgo. Whether you're crossing the state line or just going cross town, Club Citgo can save you money on every fill-up along the way, like 3 cents off every gallon every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Full count on Joey. And now Robbie Ray throws, and he misses down and in with ball 4. Tugged on a fastball to the glove side. How about that? Joey gets a free pass. And the first walk of the ball game. Brings up Jackson Churio. They're all presented by Ortho ASAP. When pain can't wait, walk right in. Same day access to specialists. Start healing faster at orthowisconsin.com. 1 on, 1 out, 1-0 Milwaukee. Here's Churio. Ray from the stretch throws, and he misses outside, ball 1. You mentioned it in the first inning. Robbie Ray this season and pretty much every season he's ever had has a tendency to lose command. That's the number one bugaboo for this veteran left-hander. And you mentioned it also, but I'll reiterate, in his debut with the Padres, he walked 5. Now the 1-0. Inside. Fastball to Churio, 2-0.
Came in today, tied for the most walks in the majors with Bubba Chandler of Pittsburgh. And we know that this is a Brewers team that likes to see a lot of pitches that will work counts. So it feels like that's a big part of the storyline in this matchup against Robbie Ray.
Churio grounded to short to begin the ballgame. In the driver's seat, 2-0. Ortiz takes his lead at first. Then now the pitch. Took a strike with a changeup. Jackson wasn't expecting that. He may have taken a strike anyway after a walk and a 2-0 count, but you're especially not going to swing at a 2-0 changeup. And give Ray credit, he landed it. Now the 2-1. Strike on the upper outside corner. Another changeup. That was a borderline pitch, but it's 2-2. Just caught the plate. Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee has major wins on deck. You can play with your rewards card for a shot at cash, reward play, and new Toyotas. 2-2. Chopped foul up the third baseline. Visit Potawatomi.com for details. Remains 2-2 on Jackson. Pat Murphy said, if you were not with us earlier, that Jackson kind of jammed his thumb on a dive. Murph thought going back into a base a day or two ago. 1 on, 1 out. The Rays set the 2-2. Inside on a fastball, it's full counts. Second straight 3-2. Remember, Ortiz took ball 4 ultimately. Anyway, Jackson's playing through that thumb issue. Ortiz leads. He's running. 3-2 pitch hit on the ground towards third. Played by Machado. Doesn't have an out at second, so he'll throw to first, and Churio is just out. He was hustling, and Machado took his time, but he got him by an eyelash for the second out of the inning. Up to second goes Ortiz. Thankfully for the Brewers, he was in motion on that 3-2 pitch. And so you've got a 2-out RBI opportunity for a man who is in the top 10 in the league in runs batted in, Bryce Terang. 7th in the NL coming into the day. He lined out to second base back in the first. 1-0 Milwaukee. Robbie Ray's pitch. Pumped in a slider for a strike. This has been the spots of late that have been problematic for the Brewers offense. In this series, they're 1 for 13 with runners in scoring position. And the one came with 2 out in the 9th inning last night from this batter. He'll take down and away, 1-1. So often that stat, the runners in scoring position, determines whether you win or lose a game. Here it comes, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Slider down low, fooled him, and it's 1-2. I mean, if you just said, if you knew nothing else about the first 2 games of this series, but you said one team was 1 for 13 with runners in scoring position, you'd probably say, okay, that team lost the first 2. And they did. Here it comes, 1-2. Outside on a slider. Good take by Terang, 2-2.
Now you just think about scoring runs. You either hit home runs or you get hits with runners in scoring position. Those are kind of the two ways you score, right? And the Brewers, specifically, not a team that hit a ton of home runs, so they need to excel with runners in scoring position to be the best version of their offense.
And I think particularly as Ray steps off and uses a disengagement, these spots with 2 outs.
Yeah, and it's an area where they've been very good on the whole over the course of the season, but when they get into some of these valleys, you see it with the offensive numbers.
2-2. Ground ball hit towards the hole on the left side and a base hit for Bryce Terang. Ortiz around third. He'll score, and Merrill, the center fielder, overruns the baseball, and all the way to third goes Bryce Terang on that error. The Brewers have a 2-0 lead as Bryce delivers a 2-out runner in scoring position single. And then, as you heard, the background of my voice, E8. The scorer didn't wait very long to make that announcement, but it was pretty obvious. Jackson Merrill just missed the ball, and it rolled about 30 feet behind him, and Terang gets all the way to third base. Right on cue, huh, Lane? That's the kind of at-bats that help you win ball games.
I believe the phrase is, that is what the doctor ordered. That was a big swing from Bryce. It's not surprising that he's the one that delivers it for the Brewers in that spot. That has to feel good for that entire dugout right now. Enjoying a 2-0 lead. Long way to go in this one, but after a tough game last night, to come back out here today in a short amount of time and land the first couple of punches, that's a good sign for the crew.
Pitching coach, that's Ruben Niebla, out to visit with Robbie Ray, his new pupil. Runner at third, still 2 out, and Andrew Vaughn coming up. 2-0 Milwaukee in the third. Told you Bryce Terang 7th in the National League in runs batted in coming into the day. He's now up to 76. What a year. Let's see if Vaughn can keep the 2-out rally going. Popped out his first time in the pitch. Called a strike on the upper and outer portion of the zone. That error was the first error of the series against San Diego. Terang 90 feet away. The 0-1. Swing and a miss at a changeup. Robbie Ray pulls the string on Vaughn and is ahead 0-2. Vaughn's been pretty clutch in these runner in scoring position chances here over the last couple of weeks himself. Ray with an 0-2 pitch. Down in the dirt, good block. Fermin, the catcher, used the chest protector off the bounce to deaden the baseball and keep it right in front of him. 1-2. The first 5 games that Vaughn played in during the last homestand, he had an RBI hit. Ray has already thrown 55 pitches. 1-2 on Vaughn. The left-hander kicks and deals. And I think a swing and a miss. Yep, bounced in there, but Vaughn couldn't hold back. Strike 3 and a changeup. Big pitch to strand a man at third. But the Brewers get a 2-out run thanks to Bryce Terang, and they lead it 2-0 after 2.5 on the Brewers radio.
All right, I got a couple packs of 1986 Topps baseball cards. Let's open them up and see who's in here. I love the bubble gum. Oh my. Tom Seaver, but with a White Sox uniform on. The franchise for the Mets. I played with him in 1983, my rookie season. I was just in awe with these guys when I saw them in spring training and got a chance to play with them. Baseball cards of memories.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
ride with you every mile.
Tri-City is proud to sponsor the third inning. At our hometown bank, you're on the team that's winning. Tri-City, your hometown bank.
Dustin May now has a 2-run lead with which to work. 2-0 Milwaukee as we go to the bottom of the third. Gavin Sheets, Xander Bogaerts, Freddie Fermin. Bottom third of the Padres order coming up. Big lefty Gavin Sheets, first man in there. That'll the windup, first pitch. Called a strike at the knees. Curveball dropped in from Dustin May. The leadoff batters had a single in each of the first 2 innings against the Redhead. But then each inning, Dustin got a double play, so he's faced the minimum. Sheets is 0 for 3 in the series. The 0-1 outside on a change. Gavin Sheets this season batting .212, but with 15 homers. Remember, he had a game-winning home run, the only win the Padres had in Milwaukee that series back in the middle of May. The 1-1. Just missed a little bit low, another change-up, 2-1. When the game is on the line, the Brewers rely on their elite bullpen. When your oral health is on the line, rely on a WDA member dentist. To find one near you, go to WDA.org. Sheets leading off. Now the 2-1. Hit on the ground right side. Backhanded by Vaughn, the first baseman. Underhand flip to May. Covering in time for the out. 3-1 on the hookup. Well played by Vaughn, and that's going to bring up Xander Bogaerts. Time for a safe driving tip from Schneider and their professional truck drivers. Today they remind you to save the tailgating for the parking lot before the game. On the road, keep a safe following distance to avoid accidents. Save the tailgating for the American Family Field lots. And now here's Bogaerts. Takes one in the dirt, ball 1. Xander Bogaerts has become not an everyday player. He's had a rough season, hitting .221 with 9 homers. Started 2 games in this series, 1 for 4 with a walk last night. The 1-0. Low, it's 2-0. 96 with sink from Dustin May. Bogaerts is signed for a long time and for a hefty price tag. This is the 4th of an 11-year, $280 million contract. 1 out, the 2-0. Outside corner with a cutter for a strike. So anyway, the Padres are hoping that the trend of his offense is going to reverse itself. They got a lot of long deals.
That is a long time.
Dustin May kicks in the 2-1. Chopped foul to the backstop on a sinker, 2-2. This guy's been a very good player for a long time. 10 years with the Red Sox, of course. A couple of World Series championships with them. Padres are trying to win 5 in a row and complete a sweep of the Brewers, but Milwaukee's got a 2-0 lead in the third. The 2-2. Drilled deep and out of here to left. No doubt about it. Bomb. Oh, my. What a blast by Xander Bogaerts, and we've got a 1-run game. It's his 10th of the year. It left no doubt. Almost hit the Western Metal Supply Company brick building. 2-1. Each team has scored in the third. 415 estimated feet. Well, I guess whatever I was just saying about his offense, forget that at the moment. Remember, the Brewers took a 2-0 lead in Game 1 of this series Monday night. They took a 2-0 lead here today. We just don't want to see the same thing happen as happened Monday. The Brewers didn't score again. The Padres got a couple of home runs, a solo shot from Ty France, and then later the game-winning 2-run blast by Jackson Merrill in the 7th, all of them against Logan Henderson. The Padres won a thriller 3-2 in that game. Script is very similar thus far today, as the solo homer by Bogaerts has made it 2-1. There's a pitch comm receiver issue for Dustin May. They had to bring him a new one, and so that's the reason we haven't had another pitch after that bomb. For Bogaerts, It's only the second home run he's hit in his career in 28 games, 29 games now against Milwaukee. So a delay on the pitch count. Over a minute. Finally, we're ready to go back to work as Freddie Fermin bats with the bases clear and one out still. 2-1 Brewers now. Fermin, the catcher, hit a double on Monday. He swings and misses through a Dustin May cutter. Fermin's another guy whose offense has slumped this year, hitting 197. The 0-1. Down and away that time on a cutter. 1 ball, 1 strike. What say you? Here comes 1-1. Outside corner with a sinker, 97, 1-2.
I was watching to see if they brought a new pitch comm out to Dustin May. He threw the one he had out. Trying to see if Gary's putting down signs.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Reach back for a little extra. 98 on the radar gun to put away Fermin. And that is out number 2 in the third on the second ortho ASAP strikeout of the day for Dustin May. Well, I saw Dustin have one brought out to him, and then I later saw him throw something. He may have just discarded it altogether.
I'm not 100% sure. I haven't been able to tell if Gary's putting down signs or not.
2 out, bases empty, and Luis Rengifo coming to the plate. He'll take a strike with a curveball on the inside edge. So trying to move past the Bogarts blast.
Now Gary's still punching him in on the pitch comm.
Yeah, so he did get a new one. Finally, that works. Rengifo singled on the infield in the first. He chops one off his lower body in the box for a foul ball, and it's 0-2 here.
I think Dustin just discarded the old one because I think he's mad at himself about the home run that he allowed. It's pretty demonstrative of getting rid of that pitch comm at the time. And even after the strikeout of Fermin, he was kind of still shaking his head as he was walking back to the mound. I think he's just frustrated with the result from the batter before.
Trying to get back into the dugout right here. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to second base. He will. It's right at Bryce Terang. Scoops it up from the dirt. Throws out Rengifo, and the inning is over. But Padres punch right back thanks to Xander Bogaerts. We go to the fourth. It's 2-1 Milwaukee on the Brewers Radio Network.
This one, some carry to the track, to the wall. It is gone. Kalen Culpepper, his first major league hit is a home run.
I mean, I can't hold back the smile I got right now.
He literally had every single one of his pitches working. The two-seam fastball was explosive.
7 scoreless, 8 Ks, and did not allow a base runner after the second inning.
Corbin Carroll all the way to the wall, and he's got it. Wow, what a catch.
Oh, my goodness, what a catch by Corbin Carroll.
That might be the catch of the year in 26.
It's on its way. It's gone. Holy Waldschmidt.
Ryan Waldschmidt wins it. What a ball game.
Holy screams. It is 14 strikeouts.
Fabulous tonight. There are not enough adjectives to describe his dominance.
The Red Sox are absolutely en fuego.
To lead off the fourth against Robbie Ray, it's 2-1 Milwaukee. Carbless is a proud partner of the Brewers. Premium ready-to-drink cocktails, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten. Find it at the ballpark or at your local retailer. Carbless, less is more. We hope you're having a great middle of your work week. Happy Wednesday. Pitch to Bowers. Down low, ball 1. It's flew to center his first time up. Jake just 1 for 8 in the series with a walk, after he was the walk-off hero in the homestand finale Sunday against the Twins. Lefty versus lefty matchup. Robbie Ray kicks and the 1-0. Grounded foul, and we'll pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Brewers radio network. Josh Mauer, Lane Grindle, Kent Sommerfeld at Petco Park. 1-1 to Bowers, swing and a miss at a slider 1-2. It's 2-1 Brewers trying to win one of the three here in San Diego after being outscored 14-4 over the first 2 nights of this series. Milwaukee had a 2-0 lead. Gary Sanchez has hit a home run, and Bryce Durang has an RBI single. And then the home run by Xander Bogaerts last inning in the bottom of the third had cut the deficit in half for San Diego. 1-2, down and away on Jake Bowers. William Contreras and Gary Sanchez will follow here in the visitors' fourth. Brewers have only been swept in a series twice all season. The Nationals and the Pirates did it. Rays 2-2, down in the dirt. On a slider, it's full counts. Brewers have elevated that pitch counts. Only 9 outs recorded for the veteran Robbie Ray, 34-year-old, and he's gone up over 60 pitches. 3-2 to Bowers. Working from the windup, the pitch. Grounded foul up the first baseline. So we will see at least 7 pitches here to Jake beginning the fourth. Off to Dodgers Stadium after this one. What a big 4-game series that'll be, Thursday through Sunday for the Brewers against the 2-time defending world champions. 3-2 again. Up and in. Did he swing? They appeal. He did not. And it's ball 4 to Jake Bowers. He draws the leadoff free pass. Patience. Just held back on a fastball that was riding in on him. Well, they turned a walk to Joey Ortiz last inning into a run. Now this is the second ortho ASAP base on balls issued by Robbie Ray. William Contreras to the plate. Flew to right his first time, and the pitch. Down and in, ball 1 on a changeup. The Dodgers, they've won the series against the Kansas City Royals, trying to complete a sweep tonight. They won the first 2 games. Now the pitch. Grounded foul up the third baseline by William. Another changeup from Ray, and he was out in front of it. It's 1-1. Drive Around the League is presented by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors building Wisconsin together. Going into that series against Kansas City, Los Angeles had lost 8 out of 9. But as mentioned, they took the first 2. Those were games started by Tarek Skubal and Blake Snell. The 1-1. Contreras takes inside corner. Thought about challenging it, but he does not, and it's 1-2. It was a strike. Trying to get the offense back in gear. DHing today is Contreras. Runner at first, nobody out. 2-1 Milwaukee. The 1-2. Way outside on a changeup, 2-2. Dodgers tonight are going to have Eric Lauer pitch at 9-10 Central against Kansas City, going for that sweep. And right now, the Brewers are 2 games better than LA for the best record in the National League. The 2-2 coming. Down low, laid off the changeup, another full count. We have had a plethora of those, including each batter thus far here in the fourth. Bowers took ball 4. We'll see what happens to William Contreras. Timeout used by Contreras before the pitch. I think maybe you'd put Bowers in motion here. They did that with Ortiz when it was 3-2 on Churio last inning, and it helped the Brewers stay out of what could have been an inning-ending double play. Jake takes his lead. Ray comes set at the chest. Now he is ready. The runner holds. 3-2. Inside, ball 4. Another walk. Contreras. He takes ball 4. Back-to-back 3-2 counts. And back-to-back bases on balls by Robbie Ray. 2 on and nobody out for the home run hitter, Gary Sanchez. All of them presented by Ortho ASAP. Sanchez smashed one deep into left. He's been getting hot these last couple of weeks. 2-1 Milwaukee. Golden chance to add on in the fourth. Ray coming set, and now the first pitch to Gary. Just missed. That was a change-up, and I guess a little bit low, so it's ball one. Nope, actually outside. I beg your pardon. Sitting on 199 career home runs in the major leagues is the Kraken. The 1-0. Inside corner that time with a fastball for a strike. Gary turns around and has a look at Alfonso Marquez, the home plate umpire. That was right at the knees, though. Call was correct, says our data, 1-1. Infield at double play depth. The 1-1 coming. Down and away on the changeup. He has lost the feel for that pitch as Ray. It's 2-1. Elsewhere, we were talking about the race for the best record in the National League. Well, how about the best record in the majors? The Brewers currently a half game better than the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa looks like they're going to win a 9th in a row. They're up 7-2 in Sacramento against the Athletics today in the 7th inning. That would be a 3-game sweep there in Sacktown. And if that holds at the moment, the Rays would catch the Brewers for the best record in the sport. That Tampa team, they had Drew Rasmussen on the mound today. That's been a great story. Timeout was used. Now Sanchez back in. 2-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss. It's the best changeup that Ray's thrown this inning. Pulls the string and it's 2-2. Good arm action. It was low, but it fooled Gary. Brandon Lockridge is in the on-deck circle. 2-1 and nobody out in the fourth. And now the 2-2 pitch. Got him looking with a changeup, but it's challenged by Sanchez.
Called the strike for batter challenge.
And it is going to be away. I think Gary's going to win it. Here it comes on the video board. Pow!
Called overturn extra ball.
And instead of a strikeout, it is a full count again. Third straight in the inning from Robbie Ray. Good challenge there by Gary, who challenges ABS as much as any player in baseball. All brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. 3-2 pitch. Foul back. Challenge fastball, and he hits it into the screen. That was one to get after. That was a middle 94-mile-an-hour sinker. Brewers leading 2-1. You've got Bowers at second and Contreras at first with none out. And a swing and a miss. Curveball strikes out Sanchez. That's the biggest pitch of the game thus far from Robbie Ray. It was a beautiful curve. I don't think Gary had seen that pitch. Now you got Lockridge coming up. Catcher Freddie Fermin will go pay Robbie Ray a visit before he does after that lengthy battle. So 1 out, and he can see his way out of the jam now. But Lockridge and Hamilton the next 2 do. Trips to the mound presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook with wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. It's a fan's dream. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Become a legend. Lockridge, who is now 1 for 7 since getting activated off of the injured list at the beginning of the month, struck out against Robbie Ray in the second on 3 pitches. Getting the start in center field today, Garrett Mitchell gets that rare day off against the lefty. And so here is Lockridge. Catcher back behind the plate, 2 on and 1 out. Robbie Ray looks back at second and the pitch. Outside corner, change up for a strike. They're already having to get some activity in the bullpen, are the Padres, because Ray is approaching 80 pitches. And that's Bradley Rodriguez, hard-throwing right-hander. 0-1, swing and a miss at a changeup. It's 0-2. Boy, Lockridge has had a tough time with Ray thus far. He's seen 5 pitches. They've all been strikes in his 2 at-bats. Sun shining brightly over Petco Park. Ray with an 0-2 pitch. Chopped on the ground, foul up the third baseline. Spoiled that changeup, did Brandon Lockridge to stay alive. Later tonight, it'll be the Cubs at the Nationals, game 2 of that 3-game series. Cubs won yesterday in a slugfest 8-6. David Peterson for Craig Counsell's bunch gets the ball against a fellow named Jackson Kent. He'll make his major league debut tonight for the Nats. Prospect. 0-2, down low. Skipped in the changeup. Lockridge did not fish, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coming into the day, the Cubs are 4 games behind the first place Brewers in the Central, having won 7 of the 8 games they've played since the trade deadline. 2 on, 1 out, 2-1 Milwaukee. The 1-2, swing and a miss, struck him out with a changeup. Back-to-back strikeouts after back-to-back walks by Robbie Ray, and now it's 2 out. It'll take something from David Hamilton if the Brewers are to cash in on this scoring opportunity in the 4th. This has kind of been a Robbie Ray experience in a nutshell. He has walked 3, but now fanned 4. Hamilton grounded out last inning. 2 on, 2 out, and he chops a foul softly up the first baseline. If he gets out of this, you're going to look back at that 3-2 curveball that he threw to Gary Sanchez as one of the biggest pitches of the game, depending on what happens later. This is the 83rd pitch by Ray. 0-1, outside corner. Slider to Hamilton, called a strike, and it's 0-2. Well, he's dialed it in. Give him credit after those back-to-back bases on balls here. And now a chance to strike out the next 3. Lefty versus lefty. Hamilton will try to battle from behind in the count. 0-2 coming. Flied into left. Right there is Rengifo. Hardly has to move. Reaches up. Luis squeezes it, and the inning is over. Now the Brewers squander a scoring chance and strand a pair of walks. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 2-1.
Without a doubt, a hitter's ballpark. See what happens here over these next 3 games.
And that is launched. I think he answered a question. A good night for the hitters. Leadoff homer, Yandy Diaz, 1-0 Rays.
Yandy is back, B.A., so it seems.
I mean, listen, you have a 4-hit day, and then you roll out of bed the next day, and in your first at-bat, Jacob Lopez, mistake pitch, and that was an absolute no-doubter anytime you put it up on top of a roof.
Picked off. Chavez hits the top of his hat. Now they get Napoli at third base. How about that? It hit the top of the helmet of Chavez and bounced directly at an Angels infielder. A huge out here in the 7th inning.
Oh, they dodged a huge bullet there.
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli, or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
lead, but 2, 3, and 4 in the Padres order. Coming up against Dustin May in the bottom of the 4th, beginning with Jake Cronenworth. The Mays giving up 1 hit each inning, including a home run to Xander Bogaerts. That's the run against him, and the pitch. Way outside on a changeup, ball 1. Cronenworth struck out back in the first. 2 out of 9 in this series. Had that big RBI double that began a 5-run rally against Kyle Harrison last night. Out of the windup, the 1-0. Down low, 2-0. Retired veterans, you can turn to Network Health for affordable and reliable health plans tailored to meet your needs. Find the coverage you need and health plan experience you want with Network Health. Learn more at networkhealth.com/veterans. Machado on deck. Dustin May brings it home. And he misses very high. It is 3-0. May has not walked anybody as yet. We talked about it earlier. The command in his Brewers debut last Thursday, not as sharp as he would have hoped. He walked 3. But got a win against the Pirates. And leading 2-1 today. There comes a 3-0. Inside, he walked him on 4 pitches. Inauspicious beginning as Cronenworth is aboard in front of the big bats, Machado, France, and Merrill. The way that the Padres are playing, they just believe that they're going to get you no matter what the situation. They've won 14 of their last 18 games, and their playoff odds have skyrocketed over the last 3 or so weeks. Machado grounded to a double play his first time. Bluffs a bunt, pulls back, takes a strike. There's first one in the zone this inning for May. He caught the outside edge with a cutter. San Diego has kind of come from, you don't want to say nowhere, but off the radar screen for playoff possibilities, and now they're tied for a wild card spot right now with the Diamondbacks and the Phillies. 2-1 Brewers and the 0-1. Machado, big swing, but he pops a foul coming back and up into the third level behind home plate. Fastball, and it's 0-2. The Phillies have lost today. Right now, as it stands, the Padres are in the playoff field. The last wild card. Cardinals beat the Phillies. 0-2 pitch is chopped foul. Got a piece of a sinker and hit it to the backstop. Did Machado. 7-1 St. Louis. They beat up on Zach Wheeler and the struggling Phillies. So the Phillies out of the playoffs at the moment, and the Padres into them. Long way to go, though. On August the 12th. 1 on, none out. 0-2. Fly into left center field. Churio moving to his left is there, and he makes the catch. Got a good beat on that. It was well struck by Manny Machado, but Jackson Churio snags it over in the alley, and back to first goes Cronenworth on out number 1. It's one where you got to have a good first step to be able to reach it, and Jackson did. Ty France singled his first time. He's got a home run this year against Dustin May, back when May was with the Cardinals. Double play could get you out of the inning. The pitch is lined in the left. That's a base hit again. Over to get it is Churio in a couple of bounces. That'll hold the tying run. Cronenworth at second. Boy, Ty France owns Dustin May. 2 sharp singles here in this one, and it's 2 on with 1 out for perhaps the hottest hitter in baseball, Jackson Merrill. Biggest reason for the turnaround and winning 14 of 18. This was an offense that just felt like was stuck in the mud almost all season up until right after the All-Star break, and now everybody seems to have gotten hot at once, and none hotter than Merrill. He did ground into a double play his first time. 2-1 Brewers in the pitch. Hit on the ground right to the shortstop, and David Hamilton makes an error on what should have been a double play ball. It hits off his glove as he tried to field and tag second. By the time he picks it up, he can't get anybody out, and it's bases loaded instead of inning over. Oh my, David Hamilton, E6. And a game-changing moment potentially. Boy, that was going to be the most routine double play of all of them. It would have been the third of the game for the Brewers. It was tailor-made, and you just feel for David Hamilton. There was that triple play that he could have started last night behind Kyle Harrison. Instead made a low throw that G1 Bay couldn't catch at second, and instead of getting 3, the Brewers only got 1 out on that one, and it led to 5-run score. We'll see what happens on this error. Chris Hook will come out, Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound to talk with Dustin May. That's got to be so frustrating. You had gotten Merrill to hit one that should have ended the inning by all rights, and now you got to deal with Austin Hayes, bases loaded, 1 out. Over to third went Cronenworth, and after the ball kicked away from Hamilton right near the bag. France made it safely to second and Merrill at first. So here's Austin Hayes. He grounded to second base back in the second inning. 2-1 Brewers. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Elevated cutter, and he chased. Up and out of the zone, 0-1. Technically, I guess you got to call that a fielder's choice, and the E6 allows the runner to reach second. 0-1 pitch. Down and away on a sweeping breaking ball picked out of the dirt by Gary Sanchez. 1 strike on Austin Hayes. Can't assume a double play if you're the official scorer on that ball, but I'll tell you, I could assume it. It was very, very routine. Unfortunately, just not fielded cleanly. Hayes, only his second start as a Padre today. The 1-1 pitch. Hit on the ground towards third. Played there by Ortiz to second one. Terang relay. They get the double play. Oh, one batter after not turning it. The Brewers go around the horn 5-4-3, and the inning is over, and they keep the lead. How do you like that? And a huge yell of emotion from Dustin May.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. And the Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and driving a couple of runs. Cranked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wills around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one headed for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the third straight hit to open the fifth inning. Chopper for Jazz, hot shot, and he makes the catch. That got on there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, "Did you see that?" I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
Carbless, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Premium, ready-to-drink cocktails. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten. At the ballpark or your local grocery store. Carbless. Less is more.
Bradley Rodriguez will take over on the mound for Robbie Ray. The Brewers knock out the Padres starter after 4 innings, and thanks to that double play, it is still 2-1 Milwaukee. All double plays presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. We've got a North Shore adult diaper pitching change for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com. And to call the action with Bradley, here's Lane.
All right, thank you very much, Josh, as Joey Ortiz will lead things off for the Crew and takes the first pitch outside for a ball. It's 1-0. A little bit happened in that 4th inning, although nothing reflected it on the scoreboard as 0-0 4th inning between the two clubs. 2-1 Brewers leading it here as Ortiz takes a strike with a sinker that clips the low outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike from Rodriguez. The right-hander brings home the pitch, and that nailed the inside edge for a strike. And it's 1-2. Four-seam fastball at 98, but it'll be challenged by Ortiz. And that one clipped the very bottom of the strike zone. He's going to lose this challenge.
Call confirmed. Milwaukee has 1 challenge remaining.
So the Brewers have 1 challenge remaining. Those challenges brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count here on Ortiz. Ortiz walked and scored back in the 3rd inning. The pitch. And he took outside of the changeup. Count levels at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 9-1-2 for the Crew here against Rodriguez. The Brewers have turned 3 double plays already in this game.
behind Dustin May. This one is hit foul and out of play. First base side into the third deck. Nice play made by a fan. Gets a nice ovation. The Brewers defense has been putting in some work behind May. It's been a big part of the storyline today. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ortiz took outside with a slider. And the count is full. Again, we talked about it a lot over the course of this broadcast. Ray will give you some free passes. Now Rodriguez into a full count with Ortiz. And Ray kind of got away with some of his wildness through his just 4 innings today. Rodriguez, 3-2 pitch, chopper back up the middle and into center field. It's a base hit for Joey Ortiz. So Joey is aboard. The Brewers get the leadoff man on for the 2nd inning in a row. And now it sets it up for the top of the order and Jackson Chourio. Time for a vibe check. A cooler full of Vizzy Hard Seltzer. Big vibe. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, the seltzer that passes the vibe check. Good day out of the bottom of the lineup from Joey Ortiz so far. A walk back in the 3rd, came around and scored. Now leads off the 5th with a single. And now here's Chourio. Rodriguez first pitch, and Jackson takes high. It's 1-0. A 2-1 ball game. Padres have actually out-hit the Brewers 4-3 so far in this contest. Rodriguez out of the stretch, kicks and delivers, and that one's fouled out of play first base side. It's 1-1. Sinker at 97. We talk about it all the time, but it's just amazing. I think specifically with the Padres bullpen, that anybody they run out there, you watch and go, wow, he's got great stuff.
It must be what it feels like to play the Brewers.
Very much so. I think that's a great observation. Here's the throw to first, and it gets away from France. Ortiz bumped into France for a moment, but still able to get up and scramble to second base. It'll be an E1, I believe an E1 on Bradley Rodriguez. He spun and threw to first. We'll see who they charge that to, but at first blush, it looked like not a great throw. Yeah, not a great throw down in the dirt. That'll definitely be an E1 on Rodriguez. So now Ortiz into scoring position. And the 1-1 pitch to Chourio, and he fouls that one out of play. First base side, it's 1-2. Now if you're Jackson, you just at least want to try to hit a backside ground ball and advance the runner. Something that the manager is a big fan of. Backside ground balls in situations like this. One ball and 2 strikes on Jackson. Rodriguez comes set at the belt, kicks and delivers, and Jackson a swing and a miss. Elevated a fastball at 98, and Chourio down on strikes. There's one away now for Bryce Turang.
He'll need a new bat next time he comes up. That one just was killed.
He disposed of it, would be the kind way of putting what Jackson just did. At least we know he cares. Very invested with a disappointed reaction from Jackson. Here's a strike to Turang, and it's 0-1. Turang with an RBI single back in the 3rd. Ended up at third base on the play on an error on Jackson Merrill out in center. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 99 up above the zone. With Bradley Rodriguez, this is some nasty stuff so far we've seen here in this inning. No balls and 2 strikes on Turang. Here's the pitch and a chopper foul. He got a piece of it and he stays alive. Turang's hit in the 3rd, just his 2nd hit of the series. Been kind of a quiet series so far for Bryce, but he has driven in a couple of runs over these 3 games. RBI opportunity for him right here with 1 away. Rodriguez kicks, delivers, and Turang took a little tall. It's going to be challenged, though, by Fermin. There was a change-up, and I think he's going to win this one. Looks like it clipped the top of the zone. It did.
Challenge is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Terang strikes out, and there's 2 away now for Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn 0 for 2, a pop-up in foul territory and a strikeout. Big RBI opportunity for him with 2 outs right here. Brewers today just 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. First offering is inside. It's 1-0. Brewers able to get into this Padres bullpen a little bit early today, though. Hopefully they can make some hay and do a little damage. 1 ball and no strikes on Vaughn. Here's the pitch. Vaughn took a strike with a changeup, and it's 1-1. Brewers just 9 for their last 54 with runners in scoring position. The pitch popped up. Foul territory. Everybody giving chase over by the Padres dugout, but it lands on top of the dugout and bounces up into the lower bowl. And Vaughn will stay alive. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That 9 for their last 54, that dates back to the beginning of the Twins series. Brewers, of course, won that series from the Twins. Attempting to salvage a game out of this series against San Diego. Leading 2-1 here in the top of the 5th. Could really use a clutch hit from Vaughn right here. Rodriguez out of the stretch. Looks at second. And the pitch. Missed up and away. And it's even now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Inning began with a base hit from Joey Ortiz. Got to second base on an E1 on a pickoff attempt. And he's still standing there now with 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball foul and out of play down the right field line. It'll stay at 2-2. The Brewers have made Rodriguez throw some pitches in this inning. That was number 20. Brewers have been in grind mode at the plate over the course of this game. They have gotten deep into many, many counts against Ray and now against Rodriguez here in the 5th. 2-2 to Vaughn. And a chopper left side. Charging it is Machado. Fields and throws to first in plenty of time to take care of Vaughn. And the inning is over. Brewers got the leadoff man aboard. Strand him at second base. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's a 2-1 Brewers lead on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
When it comes to joint replacement, you want the best care available. The orthopedic.
Joining us tonight, celebrating the OC bobblehead. It's time now to start.
Jim Thorpe's resume reads like a work of pure fiction.
So he's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He got Olympic medals for the decathlon and the pentathlon.
He's the greatest at
I thought I was an athlete, Lindsay. Thorpe finished his Major League Baseball career with the Boston Braves in 1919, where he played alongside an outfielder named Les Mann.
He invented this particular projector.
And this is not all he's done, right?
He started championing to get baseball into the Olympics. He finally succeeded for the 1936 Olympics, which was held in Berlin.
The German government had discouraged other nations from sending Jewish and black athletes.
We sent over Jesse Owens, and we sent over Mac Robinson, Jackie Robinson's older brother.
Trailblazers like Thorpe and Robinson certainly lit the way for countless others to follow.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Lead. And for May, he'll face the bottom third of the order for San Diego. Gavin Sheets, Xander Bogaerts, and Freddie Fermin.
First offering to Sheets is in there for a strike with a cut fastball, and it's 0-1. There's so much about Dustin May in his first start and a half, if you will, as a Milwaukee Brewer that I've liked. And I would think most Brewers fans would agree. Pitch is popped up, shallow left, racing out into foul territory is Ortiz. He tracks it down and makes the catch. And there's one away in the Padres half of the fifth, and that'll get Bogaerts to the plate. He is responsible for the only run of this game for San Diego, a solo home run back in the third. I've liked the passion we've seen from May at times. I mean, May was visibly frustrated and upset after he gave up the home run to Bogaerts. I don't think that's always the worst thing. Have to channel it and harness it the right way. First offering to Bogaerts is through there for a strike. It's 0-1. But Josh, you watch him, he's been in attack mode. He's come right after these Padres hitters. And he really projects a confidence on the mound. I mean, the body language is very strong with Dustin May right now. 0-1. This one's popped up. Foul territory, first base side. Vaughn giving it a look, but it'll find the seats. And it's 0-2 on Bogaerts. Brewers needed another arm for this rotation. It was on the list and at the top of the list of things the Brewers needed to add. And so far, so good with their big trade deadline addition. 0-2 pitch to Bogaerts and a fly ball to center. This is playable for Lockridge. Back 2 steps, settles underneath, makes the catch, and there's 2 down. May's been pretty efficient tonight so far as well. 55 pitches for Dustin May with 2 outs here in the fifth. Push for the postseasons here. It's time for the best to step forward. Luckily, if we've got Pine River award-winning cheese spreads, Usinger's famous sausage, and Cedar Crest, Wisconsin's hometown ice cream, your rotation is set. First offering to Fermin is outside, and it's 1-0. Usinger's, Pine River, and Cedar Crest, the best of the best. Fermin struck out against May back in the third. 0-for-1 today. May's 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss at a cutter, and it's 1-1. Able to work through a little traffic in the fourth inning for May. 1-1 pitch. That missed down and away. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. And look at all the ground balls that he's generated today. Again, 3 double plays have been turned behind him. Two balls and 1 strike on Fermin. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Sinker down and in. Look at the arm side run on that sinking fastball at 96. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Freddie Fermin. May out of the windup. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And he got him looking. A sinker at 97 right down the middle. And Dustin May works a 1-2-3. Bottom of the fifth. We go to the 6th inning. The Brewers with a 2-1 lead.
Lindor coming up to the plate. Lindor cranks one to deep right. Forget that. That is way out of here. Up over the chop house. What a blast. Oh, my. Francisco Lindor with the biggest home run of his career in this ballpark. Just hit maybe the longest home run of his career. A monstrous shot for his 11th of the year to make it 7-2 New York. Wow.
The beauty of this jersey is the feel, the texture, the thin, the stitching is heavy, so you kind of feel that jersey that was very heavy. Check it out, the last name and the number, they have a little glitter on them, so they kind of stack up. It just feels right. I had some really cool cleats to go with it. The way it gets dirty when you slide, it just kind of like rubs off on that glitter. It's really, really cool.
Pole? Poli? I think it's Pole. We're going to go with Pole. Lee, you can let us know on the text to booth hotline if we're wrong. I don't think we have that anymore. Jake Bauers leads off the sixth inning against Bradley Rodriguez, who stays out there on the mound for the Padres. And the first pitch misses low with a sinker. It's 1-0. A 2-1 Brewers lead. Trying to salvage a game out of this three-game series here this afternoon for the Crew. 1-0 pitch. Bauers took a changeup for a strike, and it's 1-1. Jake today 0 for 1 of the walk. Remember, he and Contreras walked back-to-back to open up the fourth inning, and the Brewers unable to get anything out of that inning. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good changeup, and it's 1-2. Quiet in the Brewers bullpen. Dustin May is going to go back out for the sixth. Pitch count in very good shape. Just worked a 1-2-3 bottom of the fifth inning. 1-2 is a rocket but foul up the first baseline. Ooh, a nice attempt by the ball girl down the first baseline. Tried to go into a sliding backhand stop. It popped out, but that was really a good aggressive play. That ball smoked. I don't think I'm getting in front of that ball if I'm sitting down there. Here's the pitch, and Bauers took outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. I mean, that was... I'm getting out of the way. Just missed it. I think it hit off the shoe. 2-2 here on Jake. The pitch. A fly ball left field. Tracking it is Rengifo. Drifting into the corner with the play. Reaches up and makes the catch. And there's one away for the Brewers in the sixth inning, and Contreras will be the hitter. Brewers will bus up to Los Angeles at the conclusion of this one here today. And get set for a 4-game series with the Dodgers coming up this weekend. Going to see some pitching in that series. Drowan versus Sasaki tomorrow. This pitch is swung on and fouled back into the net. It's 0-1. Gasser versus Yamamoto on Friday. Then Miz will go against Robleski on Saturday, and Tarek Skubal will take the ball for the Dodgers on Sunday against Logan Henderson. That'll be a fun matchup. 0-1 is a bouncing ball to third. Big hop for Machado. Throw is low, and Contreras made it a close play, but they got him. That ball stayed down on the hop for France, but he stayed with it, made the catch. And there's 2 outs for the Brewers here in the top of the sixth, and that'll get Gary Sanchez to the plate. Country singer Cole Swindell performing at American Family Field after the Brewers game on August 28th. Purchase a game ticket, and you're in for the show. Plus, it's country music night. Head to brewers.com/concerts for tickets. Got a secret reveal about that concert. First pitch to Sanchez in there for a strike. It's 0-1.
You're going to be performing alongside?
No, but you're close. You know how Morgan Wallen does the walkout and then like a celebrity joins him? So when he does a concert, Morgan Wallen, not Cole Swindell. 0-1 is a little low. 1 ball and 1 strike. They will put a camera on him and they like walk with him from the dressing room all the way out to the stage, and like halfway through, some celebrity from that area, wherever the concert is, pitch is down and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. We'll join him for the rest of the walk. Like Nick Saban did it in Alabama at a concert. I think Brett Favre did it in Green Bay a few years ago. 2 balls and 1 strike on Sanchez. Rodriguez brings home the pitch, and it's rolled foul third base side. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, apparently Cole Swindell is going to do this at American Family Field before the concert on August 28th. I'm not supposed to do this because it's supposed to be a secret, but Kent Sommerfeld's going to join him for the walkout.
Wow. So he's never done a walkout, but he's doing it just this one time.
He said, I want to do it with Kent Sommerfeld. I know we're ripping off what Morgan Wallen does, but Kent Sommerfeld is my one shot. Pitch misses to Sanchez. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. I'm making all of this up, of course, but it's very believable because why wouldn't you want to do that if you had the opportunity with Kent Sommerfeld? 2-1 Brewers lead here in the sixth, and Gary takes up and away. He works a walk. And Brewers get a 2-out base runner here in the top of the sixth. Ortho ASAP walk
When pain can't wait, walk right into Ortho ASAP. Same-day access to specialists. Start healing faster at orthowisconsin.com. Garrett Mitchell is going to hit for Brandon Lockridge here. So the Brewers will get Mitchell to the plate as a pinch hitter against the righty Rodriguez. And because of that, Freddie Fermin, who is not joined by Kent Sommerfeld as he walks out to the mound, will go out there for a Potawatomi Sportsbook mound visit.
Yeah, the Brewers lane have had a ton of traffic today. I mean, they have had at least one guy get on base every inning since the first. So they've been, I think, very effective executing their game plan against Robbie Ray especially. And now they've gotten a couple on against Bradley Rodriguez. The only thing is they only have the 2 runs. I wish they had a little bit more to show for it at this point.
Yeah, still just looking for that big hit with runners in scoring position. They got the one from Turang, but that's been the only one. They're 1 for 8 in that category. This is not that situation here with Sanchez at first and 2 away. Rodriguez looks into Mitchell. First offering to Garrett. He is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Jeremiah Estrada is getting loose in the Padres pin. 0-1. Swing and a miss. That changeup's a good pitch from Rodriguez. It's 0-2. We've talked about his fastball and how it plays at the top of the zone in these 2 innings, but when you pair that with a changeup, especially to these lefties, it is a really good combo for Bradley Rodriguez. Garrett just 1 for 8 this year as a pinch hitter. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on 3 pitches. And the inning is over. Brewers got a 2-out walk from Sanchez, but that's it. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 2-1 Brewers lead on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
I'm Pat Dunphy. I've been a lawyer.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team that I had played for the year before. As we know, Cleveland can get a little cold, so I would wear the dark blue long sleeves. And for some reason, this jersey, I always liked my jersey a little longer. The reasons for it, for a little padding, so when I would slide, I wouldn't get all patched up and roughed up.
San Diego, it's a 2-1 Brewers lead. Dustin May's been fantastic so far. Just 60 pitches to get through the first 5 innings of this game. He's given up 4 hits and just the 1 run, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. He's back out there to face the top of this Padres lineup. It'll be Rengifo, Cronenworth, and then Machado here in this 6th inning against Dustin May. May works out of the windup and brings home the first pitch to Rengifo, and this is lifted in the air to left, very playable. Jackson Churio maybe doesn't even move, just reaches up with the glove and makes the catch. And 1 pitch and 1 out for Dustin May here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And here's Jake Cronenworth, who has walked today. He's 0 for 1 officially and 2 for 9 in the series. May, who dominated these Padres in a Cardinals uniform, so far has
picking up where he left off in a Brewers uniform. First pitch is in there for a strike to Cronenworth, and it's 0-1.
I think he's looked better in the 5th and 6th innings, Lane, than he did in any of the first 4.
It seems like the confidence is growing. The stuff is getting that much more crisp. I would agree with you, Josh. The 0-1. That missed outside with a changeup. 1 ball and 1 strike. May with a long look in and now out of the windup. The 1-1. Ground ball foul up the first baseline. Came in with a cutter down and in, and Cronenworth rolled over it. 1-2 is the count here on Cronenworth. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 6th. Again, the other positive thing for the Brewers here today is this bullpen is in much better shape than it had been in the previous 2 nights of this series. But May in a good spot where he can go a while if the Brewers want him to. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him with a sweeper down below the zone. Another ortho ASAP strikeout for Dustin May. His 4th of the afternoon. That one was nasty. And there's 2 down for Manny Machado. Hey, make tailgating easy this season by picking up the George Webb Double Play Meal Deal on your way to the game. 7 cheeseburgers, 2 orders of fries for just $17.99. The perfect pregame meal for hungry baseball fans. First pitch to Machado is a ground ball. Left side, cut off by Ortiz. Throws to first in plenty of time, and another quick inning for Dustin May through just 6 pitches in a 1-2-3, bottom of the 6th.
Sometimes artifacts in the collection of the Hall of Fame could tell multiple stories. This is the earliest known Yankees baseball cap in existence. It tells a story of a very early baseball cap and of a guy who just had a cup of coffee in the big leagues. But there's actually a hidden story inside this cap. There's another name written in the cap. So who's Dolan?
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that it was that moment where we're like, wow, this is really something.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
We go to the 7th inning here in San Diego. The Brewers with a 2-1 lead over the Padres. Jeremiah Estrada takes over on the mound for San Diego. And taking over on the mic for us, here's Josh Maurer.
Thank you, Lane. David Hamilton will greet the right-hander, Estrada. Another North Shore adult diaper pitching change for the Padres. Hamilton has grounded out and flown to left. First pitch, bluffs a bunt, pulls back, takes it upstairs. Ball 1. Bradley Rodriguez, 2 scoreless innings. Gave up a hit and a walk and struck out 3. Robbie Ray, if you're just joining us, went only 4 innings today. Brewers made him throw 84 pitches. Now the 1-0. Hamilton takes outside, 2-0. North Shore adult diaper for even the heaviest control problems. That'll get you all squared away. Visit northshore.com. First appearance of the series for Jeremiah Estrada, and he pumps in a fastball for strike 1. It's 2-1. Estrada this season, his 29th major league appearance, 2-2 with a save and a 3.42 ERA. 8-9-1 due up against him. The 2-1 outside corner just caught the edge for a strike. 2-2. Bluffed a bunt again, did David. That pitch was close to the edge, but it caught it. Got Joey Ortiz and then Jackson Chourio to follow Hamilton in the visiting 7th, trying to add on to a 2-1 lead. Now the 2-2. Line foul left side and out of play. Injured, it's time to call in the right relief. Call Habish, and Rotier, serving Wisconsinites for over 95 years. National reputation, hometown service. Visit Habish.com. So the third pitcher of the afternoon is in there for the Padres. And now the 2-2. Line drive to first and caught. Ty France on the backhand. It wasn't hit overly hard. He had a couple of moments to take a step or two to his right and snag that one backhanded. Only hit 74 miles an hour, and so that's out number 1. Brewers only have 3 hits. One of them was a Gary Sanchez second-inning homer. The second one was a 2-out RBI single from Bryce Terang in the 3rd. And now here's Ortiz, who has not been retired in his return to the lineup. He swings through a high splitter. It was up around the shoulders. Couldn't connect. It's 0-1. Joey walked and scored in the 3rd. Singled in the 5th. Jeremiah Estrada, the 0-1. Fouled back into the screen on a challenge fastball. It's 0-2. Dustin May is going to go back to the mound in the bottom of the 7th inning when we get there. The bullpen is quiet for Milwaukee. May seemingly getting better as the outing has gotten longer. He's thrown 66 pitches to this point. The 0-2. Chopped foul, spoiled a splitter that time to Joey Ortiz. Finale of this 3-game series. Padres won on Monday in a game that has had a very similar script today. Came back and won 3-2 after the Brewers had taken an early 2-0 lead. And now the 0-2 again. Fly foul again. This one right field side and slicing into the seats. We'll do it again to Joey with 1 out in the 7th. Let's pause 10 for station ID on the Brewers Radio Network. One out, bases clear, and another 0-2 to Ortiz. Fly ball into left center field with some carry. Back goes Rengifo onto the warning track, and Rengifo makes the catch. Only a couple of steps in front of the fence. He was only an infielder the first 3 months of the season when he played for the Brewers, Luis Rengifo. He looks good in left. That was a tough catch. Joey put a charge into one. One of the best hit balls of the day for Milwaukee is caught. So 2 out. And a chance at a 1-2-3 inning here for Jeremiah Estrada. That brings up Jackson Chourio. 2-1 is the lead. Brewers, again, they have not scored since the 3rd. It was 11-2 Padres last night. That's been the only lopsided game of this series. Chourio is 0 for 3. Struck out back in the 5th in a big spot. And he takes a strike with a breaking ball. Estrada has his sign in the 0-1. Popped foul into the seats. First base side, and it's quickly 0-2. Well, I said that nobody was up in the Brewers bullpen. Just now, Aaron Ashby gets loose. I won't think that would be to begin the bottom of the 7th. But it might be in case somebody gets on base in front of a left-handed batter. 2 out, 2-1 Brewers. The 0-2 coming. Jackson hits it on the ground, foul up the third baseline. Our drive around the league, presented by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors, building Wisconsin together. It's gone final in Sacramento. The Rays did complete the 3-game sweep of the A's. 8-4 the final, their 9th consecutive win, and they've tied the Brewers for the best record in the majors at the moment. 0-2 again. High on a fastball, 97. Out of the right arm of Jeremiah Estrada, ball 1.
I would think that Ashby's getting loose just in case if France would reach. in front of Merrill. You might want the lefty to face Merrill in that situation.
Now the 1-2. Just a little bit tall. The slider that was challenged by Fermin, the catcher. Is he going to win another one to get a strikeout? Yep, he is. So they're right at the top of the zone. They're going to find out now in the video board. Churio strikes out. 1, 2, 3 go the Brewers in the visiting seventh, including that punch-out. ABS Challenges presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's the great mascot race. Here we go. And they're off. They're neck and neck. Look at them go, folks. The crowd goes wild. It's the home stretch. It's a close race. It's the play at the plate. It's Mr. Met. Congratulations. You won the great mascot race.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
It's all part of an unforgettable golf experience at Island Resort and Casino. Plan your getaway at islandresortgolf.com.
American Family Insurance is always a great call. That's because their agents are always there to protect your dreams.
Dustin May has been exceptional through 6 innings for the Brewers in his second start. As a member of the organization, has to deal with Ty France here in the bottom of the 7th, leading 2-1. And a pitch outside corner with a fastball, strike 1. Padres have 4 hits, and this man, France, has 2 of them. Singled in the 2nd and the 4th innings. Working from the windup, the 0-1. Popped him up, foul, coming back, and over the screen into the seats, it's 0-2. It's only 68 pitches for Dustin May. There was traffic early. There has been none in the last 2 innings. In fact, he's retired 7 in a row. Jackson Merrill on deck. Then it would be Austin Hayes. On the windup, the 0-2 pitch. Hit on the ground to third. 2 bounces right to Joey Ortiz. He's going to make the perfect throw across in time to get France. He is retired for the first time today. 1 out for Dustin May in the 7th. And I think now that Lane, as you surmised, tells you that they don't have to bring Aaron Ashby in because the bases are clear with Jackson Merrill coming up.
Yeah, the best Merrill could do would be to tie it, and you've got Austin Hayes in the on-deck circle who you want the righty to face.
Merrill waits, and he takes outside. Of course, it was in the 7th inning when a 2-1 Brewers lead Monday night became a 3-2 Padres win thanks to Jackson Merrill's home run. That was against Logan Henderson. Dustin May is rolling, though. And now the 1-0. Outside and high, it's 2-0. The 7th inning stretch, sponsored by IslandResortGolf.com. Escape to the Island Resort and Casino, where championship golf, relaxing spa treatments, great dining, and casino excitement create the perfect summer getaway. Merrill's grounded to the shortstop each time he's batted. There was an error on the second of those, but he's 0 for 2. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Cutter in under the hands. You know, in these 2 starts that we've seen May, he's had to face some tough lefties from the Pirates and the Padres, and that cutter has been really effective to them.
It really has.
1 out. Here it comes. 2-1. Fouled back. Challenge fastball. He hit 97 on the radar gun on pitch number 73. And it is 2-2 on Jackson Merrill. 3 for 9 in the series. May gets his sign from Gary Sanchez. Kicks into the windup. 2-2. Fouled on the ground, wide of first.
Mentioned it a couple of times. There's just a confidence that May is exuding right now. I think he really understands who he is, what his stuff is doing, how it's playing. Just looks like he's in total control.
This is a tough batter to put away these days in Jackson Merrill. Can he do it here? Bases clear, 1 out. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Busted him in with a cutter, and he could not touch it. Struck him out. Number 5, ortho ASAP for Dustin May. That's what I was talking about with that cutter to the left-handed hitters. That is a filthy pitch. Ortho ASAP, don't strike out. Get back to the active lifestyle you want. See a specialist today at orthowisconsin.com. 2 away. Austin Hayes, the hitter. 0 for 2, a couple of ground outs, and he takes at the top of the zone with a sweeper for strike 1.
Josh, the most pitches he's thrown in an inning today is 16. That's how efficient he's been as well.
And remember, those 3 double plays early really helped him keep that pitch count under control. Won by this man, Hayes. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Ran a sinker in under the hands, and it's 0-2. The Hayes double play is the biggest moment of the game thus far. His bases loaded in the 4th with 1 out. And the Padres couldn't get anything home. 2 out in the 7th, 0-2. Down and away. That's the cutter. Send me through it to a right-handed batter. 1-2. Ashby is ready in the bullpen if needed. Peers over the glove. The redhead gets the sign. Now kicks. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with a cut fastball. Back-to-back swinging strikeouts for Dustin May to punctuate another perfect inning. 3 straight 1-2-3 for Dustin May. And he is.
How does one of baseball's most celebrated plays connect to one of baseball's most notorious curses? Through a cross-country move, an earthquake, and the Men of Steel? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
But let me touch it for a
Yeah, go ahead.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals, and they'd be too expensive again to maintain. Would put them into financial ruin.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these stuff.
So these are Thai Cubs.
And these are Thai Cubs.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes him special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going. Safe.
You know what they say? One great play deserves another.
Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Premium quality and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Kyle Hart, left-hander, takes over. He is the 3rd reliever for the Padres behind Robbie Ray as we go to the 8th. It's 2-1 Milwaukee. So we've got Hart and we've got Terang. And here with the play-by-play to take us home is Lane Grindle.
All right, thank you very much, Josh. Hart, the left-hander, sets up on the third base side of the rubber, brings home the first pitch to Terang, and it missed outside of the slider. It's 1-0. 6'5", 200 pounds, tall lefty veteran, 33 years of age for Kyle Hart. 1-0 pitch to Terang, missed inside with a breaking ball. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Debuted all the way back in 2020 with the Red Sox, then went overseas. Signed last year with the Padres. second year in San Diego. That pitch missed outside. It goes to 3-0 on Turang. Initially, they thought he was going to be a starting pitcher for this San Diego club last year. He made 6 starts, but eventually moved to a bullpen role. 3-0 pitch, and Turang taking all the way. Takes a strike on the outside edge. It's 3-1. Brewers with a 2-1 lead here in the 8th. Trying to add on to it. Looking for some network health insurance runs here. Hart kicks, and the 3-1 pitch. That caught the outside edge. It's going to be challenged by Turang.
Calls a strike to batter's count.
So Bryce quick to challenge it, and Bryce will not win it.
Calls confirmed, Milwaukee's out of time.
Brewers do not have any challenges remaining. That almost had the entire baseball in the strike zone. So a tough challenge for Turang there, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now I'll say this about that challenge. 3-2's down and away, and he walked him. So Turang works a walk to lead off the inning, an ortho ASAP walk. That is the type of spot you would be okay with the challenge. You get it overturned, it's a leadoff walk late in the game. Challenge something like that all day long. You'd want it to be a little bit more clear that it was inside, and that one definitely clipped the strike zone. In fact, as we said, almost the entire baseball was in. So here's Andrew Vaughn, who's 0 for 3 today, gets to face a lefty here in Hart. First pitch is a little tall. It's 1-0. Today's 8th inning is being brought to you by the Wisconsin Laborers District Council. Earn great union wages and benefits building Wisconsin's infrastructure. Learn more at liunawisconsin.org. That's LIUNA Wisconsin.org, and feel the power. 1-0 to Vaughn. Instead, he'll throw to first. That's quite a move that Kyle Hart has. He even fooled me. Picked over to first. Turang was back in time. Didn't fool him, though. Still 1 ball and no strikes.
Nobody fools Bryce.
No. Vaughn 2 for 9 of the series. Hart brings home the pitch. That got the inside edge. It's 1-1. Been a little bit of a struggle for Vaughn against lefties of late. Andrew Vaughn was raking against lefties, as he has for most of his career early on in the season, but he's just 3 for his last 13 since the All-Star break against left-handed pitching. Small sample. Pitch is down and in, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Turang with good speed over at first. Hart looks at first and now brings home the pitch, and a chopper, third base side but foul. Rolls out to Matt Erickson in the third base box, and it's 2-2 on Vaughn. Brewers trying to do something with this leadoff walk. They've had the leadoff man aboard in the 4th inning. The first 2 reached, Brewers were unable to score. In the 5th inning, the leadoff man got aboard. The Brewers were unable to score. Trying to add on to a 2-1 lead. Hart looks at first and now tosses that way, and Turang is back in time. Brewers with just 3 hits today. They've had a lot of traffic because there have been plenty of walks issued by Robbie Ray. Specifically, he walked 3. And then a walk by Bradley Rodriguez and Hart, the walk here in this 8th inning. 2-2 pitch to Vaughn. Swing and a miss. Actually got a piece of it. And it popped out of the mitt of Fermin. Split her down in the dirt. Vaughn did a great job getting a piece of that pitch. I mean, that was down on top of the plate. And he was able to just stay alive and see another pitch. 2-2. Turang with a pretty healthy lead over there at first now. Hart looks over there and brings home the pitch. That missed up and away. It's going to be challenged by Fermin.
Call the ball, catch challenge.
Sinker at 93, and it clipped the corner. Fermin's been really good on challenges. So Vaughn's a strikeout victim, and there's one away. Bowers, the batter, 0 for 2 with a walk. Career year for Jake Bowers. It feels like every time the Brewers have needed a big moment, Jake has delivered. And again, the Brewers would love some insurance here in this top of the 8th with a 2-1 lead. It is quiet in the Brewers bullpen. Dustin May is going to go back out there for the 8th, it would appear. Toss to first to Bowers, and he lifts one in the air to center. Merrill with the sunglasses on, racing in, settles underneath, makes the catch. There's 2 away. And that'll get Contreras to the plate. Today would be a perfect day for a Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy. Refreshing Weiss beer, natural lemonade flavor. Leinenkugel's flavor of the moment. I try to find one after the game. Be a good way to unwind at the finish of a broadcast. Here's Contreras, 0 for 2 today with a walk. Hart throws to first, and back in time is Terang. Terang, a little more conservative lead at first, and the pitch. Missed down and away. 1 ball and no strikes on William Contreras. Terang getting a good feel for that move, I think. It is a good move that Hart has as a lefty, holding him a little bit closer. Got him to use a couple of disengagements when Vaughn was at the plate. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and fouled out of play behind home plate, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Contreras. Brewers got a leadoff walk from Bryce Terang. Now they're going to need a clutch 2-out hit, maybe of the extra base variety. That pitch just missed, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
I tell you, these were the pitchers when Contreras, his first few years with the Brewers, was going great. It was these lefties with an arsenal like Hart that he would devour.
He was dominating them. But he has been going through it a little bit at the plate. This has been well documented over the last few weeks. 2 balls and 1 strike on Contreras. Hart looks at first. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Splitter down and away. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Contreras does not have a hit in the series. He's 0 for 7. Now would be a good time. Hart brings home the pitch, missed inside, and the count is full. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Beautiful day in San Diego. Nice little breeze. Always a good trip when you come to Southern California. Enjoy this great weather. Brewers hoping to have a winning taste in their mouths as they leave and head to L.A. The pitch is low, and he walked him. So Contreras works his second walk of the day. Terang goes to second, and the Brewers have first and second, and 2 away for Gary Sanchez. And this is a matchup that certainly favors Gary as well. And Ruben Niebla is going to pop up out of the dugout. He's going to go make a visit to the mound, presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook with wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. It's a fan's dream. Potawatomi Sportsbook, become a legend. So that's a good patient at bat by Contreras. Ends up getting himself aboard, extending the inning. It's become kind of a lengthy inning for Kyle Hart.
And I want to point out, too, just about William, as you said, he didn't have a hit to his ledger in the series, but Lane, he's walked 5 times.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good sign that he's starting to see more pitches and accept ball 4.
Might be the first step to getting it back, right? Like, we know that there's a great hitter in there in William Contreras. We've seen it so many times before. And sometimes, and we talk about this with Jackson Churio a lot, sometimes the walks come first. And then all of a sudden you start making good swing decisions as a result of that, and the damage follows. So here's Sanchez, who put the Brewers on top back in the second inning with a solo home run. 1 for 2 today with a walk. Brewers have drawn 6 walks in this game, only one of which is scored. But you got major power at the plate here in Gary Sanchez. Hart's first offering is through there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Again, the Brewers have had their struggles with runners in scoring position today. They are 1 for 8. This is one of those opportunities right here for Gary. The 0-1. That missed low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Brewers have double barrel action in the bullpen. Chad Patrick and Aaron Ashby are getting loose. Be interesting to see what Pat Murphy elects to do in the bottom of the 8th. Hart's 1-1 pitch. Gary, a ground ball, but just foul up the third baseline. Bounced a splitter down into the dirt. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. We talked about it last night. The Brewers on the wrong side of a lopsided loss. You just rarely ever see that. This is a game we see so often with the Brewers. A 1-run game late. Here's the 1-2 to Sanchez, and he took a called third strike. A splitter landed by Kyle Hart right in the strike zone, and he works around a couple of walks and puts up a 0 in the top.
He's got it, gets to his feet, throws to first, he got it.
On comes Paez, he'll slide feet first and make a tremendous catch.
Leaping try, Wilson makes the catch.
Get up, he did it again. Oh, baby, what a play by Nasim Nunez.
Sprints on, Kyle Tucker makes his own first impression for Stubble.
Varsho on the move, and he's going to make a sliding catch.
Round to the right side, Michael Busch. Hey, nice glove.
Andy Paez with another gem in center field.
So does Clark, and Max Clark throws his body at it.
That's a long run for Max Clark.
DeLuca racing in, dives and makes the catch.
Caught by Adames. Got hops. Nice backhanded pick by Ernie Clement. Ernie Clement flashes the leather.
Wanted in the air, third base side, and caught by a sliding Caminero. What a pretty play by Junior.
Up the middle. And swallowing. Flipping to second for the out.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
620 WTMJ.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is a 2-1 Brewers lead. Dustin May is back out there. 79 pitches on the afternoon for Dustin May. He's going to get the bottom third of the order for the Padres here in this 8th inning. He'll get Gavin Sheets, Xander Bogaerts, and Freddie Fermin. May, who has gone over the century mark 4 times this year. Again, just at 79 as he works here in the 8th. First offering to Gavin Sheets, and that missed low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Feels like this at-bat a very important at-bat. Try to get the lefty to start up this inning if you're Dustin May. A couple of righties to follow. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And missed up and away. 2 balls to no strikes. He's retired the last 10 that he's faced for Dustin May. Should say last 11 that he's faced. 2-0 pitch. And that missed. Sanchez tried to challenge it, but the Brewers are out of challenges. It was high anyway. 3 balls and no strikes here on Gavin Sheets. May, who's been so sharp here this afternoon, falls behind his Sheets 3-0. Working out of the windup, brings home the 3-0 pitch. And he missed high, he walked him. So the leadoff man is aboard. That's going to be it for Dustin May. Pat Murphy was going to give him a shot here in the 8th. But Pat Murphy is out of the dugout. And he's going to go get the righty, Chad Patrick, who is getting loose in the Brewers bullpen. He's going to bring Chad Patrick into this game here in the 8th inning to face these righties at the bottom of the lineup. Well, an excellent outing from Dustin May here tonight. He cannot lose it. As
Crochet goes down awkwardly on the mound. He caught the ball in the hat. So whose ball is it? It's a good question. I'm going to have to ask that lady from Philly.
Meanwhile, out the Cove, it's going to sort of check and see what the score is.
I saw Rizzo jersey trying to make the play on it. It'd be. Rizzo, no, he hadn't. He literally hit it right to him.
That's why I'm retired, is what he just said.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Milwaukee Brewers. Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale is going on now. Get up to 30% off furniture and home decor, plus incredible deals on top mattress brands like Beauty Rest, Tempur-Pedic, Helix, and more. And for a limited time, when you test rest a Beauty Rest black mattress, you'll get a free $25 gas card just for giving it a try. Hurry into your nearest Steinhoffel showroom or shop steinhoffels.com today.
Nobody out here, bottom of the 8th inning, and Chad Patrick will face Xander Bogaerts here. It's a 2-1 Brewers lead. Jace Bowen is in the game to run for Sheets over at first. Bogaerts, right-handed hitter. First pitch from Patrick. Misses down and away with a cutter. It's 1-0. Patrick last pitched on Saturday against the Twins. Inning and a third. 41st appearance of the year. 6 and 4 with a 3.32 ERA for Chad Patrick. Spin, throw to first, and Bowen caught sleeping a little bit, but was able to dive back in there in front of the throw from Patrick. Brewers with a 2-1 lead, bottom of the 8th. 1-0 pitch. That missed inside. 2 balls to no strikes the count. Dustin May went 7+. He was very good. He is responsible for Bowen over at first base. So you cannot close the book on him yet. Here's the 2-0. And that nailed the outside edge with a 2-seam fastball. It's 2-1. May gave up just 4 hits over his 7+. He was very, very good today. Walked 2, struck out 6. 2-1. And that one missed somewhere to Xander Bogaerts. Sanchez held it there for a moment. It was just a touch low. It was low. Alfonso Marquez got that call right. It was close, but it was just below the zone. 3-1 on Xander Bogaerts, who had the home run that got the only run of this game for the Padres back in the third. And he chops one to third. Played by Ortiz. Goes to second for one. On to first. Now in time. What a delayed call by Mike Estabrook. But they got him. 5-4-3 it goes, and the Brewers turn their fourth double play of the game behind Brewers pitching. It was very close at first, but the Brewers turned the double play, and double plays brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, the Midwest's #1 entertainment destination. Slots, dining, sportsbook, poker, live entertainment, it's all here. There are endless ways to win. So it's going to be Fernando Tatis Jr. to pinch hit here for Freddie Fermin.
That's a season high for the Brewers. I'm sure you probably figured that anyway. 4 double plays in a game. Man, it's nice to have Joey Ortiz back there at third.
If you listen to my conversation with Pat Murphy today before the game, my first question to him was, how nice was it to write Joey Ortiz's name onto your scorecard today? And he said, you have no idea. We have said it all season long, even through his struggles offensively, Josh, that his value is probably not totally appreciated. And we have seen it here today, how big of a deal he is for this team. First pitch to Fernando Tatis Jr. Misses down and away, and it's 1-0. Two outs and nobody on here. Bottom of the eighth, the 2-1 Brewers lead. Patrick kicks and delivers and missed outside. It's 2 balls to no strikes. So Patrick falling behind to both of the batters he's faced, just like May fell behind and, of course, walked Gavin Sheets. But now 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the 2-0 to Tatis. Missed up and in with a cutter. And it goes to 3-0. Tatis homered last night. He has been hot of late, but was not in the lineup to start the game here today. 3 balls and no strikes the pitch. And he missed high. He walked him. A 4-pitch walk to Tatis. And now Rengifo will be the batter for San Diego. Chris Hook looking like maybe he wants to go out and chat with Chad Patrick, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. He's going to make his way out to talk to Patrick before he faces the switch hitter in Rengifo, who will hit from the left side against Chad. Trips to the mound brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook with wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. It's a fan's dream. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Become a legend. Well, Rengifo had the big swing last night that stung the Brewers. And he's up here with a runner at first and 2 outs. And the Brewers trying to make sure their former teammate doesn't hurt them for a second day in a row. Aaron Ashby is getting loose again in the bullpen. That is probably for Jake Cronenworth, who would follow Rengifo in case this inning extends any further. Rengifo today 1 for 3, had an infield single back in the first. Patrick out of the stretch. Tatis took one big bluff move towards second, then put the brakes on, and the pitch a strike with a cutter on the outside edge on Rengifo. It's 0-1. Chad looks in. The 0-1 pitch. And a back pick to first. They almost got him, but Tatis got back in there safely. The pitch was outside with a cutter. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Brewers are being very aware of Tatis over at first. That pitch, I think, was away on purpose to give themselves a shot in case Tatis took off for second. Spin, throw to first, and Tatis almost caught leaning again. Just got that right hand in there before the tag of Bowers.
But he runs about as much as anybody in the sport these days, Lane. He's been caught stealing 12 times this year, so you can get him if he does go.
Brewers will not challenge. It was close. Just barely got the right hand in there in front of the tag from Bowers. 1 ball and 1 strike on Rengifo. And now Sanchez asking for time. I think there's a pitch comm issue. And so he's asking for new equipment, I believe, to be run out to him. And that's what's going to happen here. Usingers has been Milwaukee's family-owned sausage shop since 1880. Enjoy the same great taste your grandfather did. Because their recipes never change. When something works, you stick with it. Still made the old world way, which is, by the way, the correct way. Usingers, America's finest sausage. 1 ball and 1 strike on Rengifo. Patrick looking in. Here's the pitch. Fouled out of play, third base side. And it's 1-2. A couple of walks in the inning, but right now just a runner at first and 2 away. Brewers with a 2-1 lead. They've been out hit 4-3 in this game. Patrick trying to send this game to the 9th. The 1-2 pitch. There goes the runner. Pitch is high. It's off the glove of Sanchez and trickles. Tatis slides into second. Gets up, takes 2 steps towards third, and then wisely decides to just be content with the second base bag. He's got a stolen base. And now the tying run is in scoring position, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rengifo. It's a big 90 feet for Tatis. Pitch was up. Might have been a decent pitch to handle if Sanchez catches it cleanly. 2-2 pitch. That missed up and away, and the count is full. It's 3-2. And Tatis doing everything he can to distract Patrick now that he's at second base. Dancing off the bag, dashing back and forth, just trying to disrupt him any little way he can. Full count here on Rengifo. Here's the pitch, and a chopper foul. Rengifo took a big hack, had a cutter that ran right over the middle of the plate, and he chopped it straight down into the dirt. 3-2. We'll do it again on Rengifo here. Tatis with his lead from second base. Patrick comes set just above the belt. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul back to the net. Got a piece of another cutter. And the battle will continue. A lengthy battle here between Patrick and Rengifo. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Rengifo hitting from the left side against Patrick. Here's the pitch. And a ground ball foul. First base side. The battle goes on. These are 2 playoff quality teams, and they're playing a playoff quality game here this afternoon in San Diego. Everybody on the edge of their seat. 3-2 pitch. Rengifo took high, works a walk. So back-to-back walks issued by Patrick after he got the double play ball. And Pat Murphy's out of the dugout. That's going to be it for Patrick. Ashby will come in and face Jake Cronenworth here. So another call to the bullpen for the Crew. Brought to you by Ironworkers Local 8. When there's a change on the mound, you can make a change in your career. Join Ironworkers Local 8. Visit IWL8.org. That's IWL8.org. 2-1 Milwaukee. Ashby coming in with runners at first and second and 2 away here in the 8th on the Brewers Radio Network. Presented by American Family Insurance.
Rev up your rewards at the
MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams
and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
All right, I got a couple packs of 1986 Topps baseball cards. Let's open them up and see who's in here. I love the bubble gum. Oh my. Tom Seaver, but with a White Sox uniform on. The franchise for the Mets. I played with him in 1983, my rookie season. I was just in awe with these guys when I saw them in spring training and got a chance to play with them. Baseball cards of memories.
Aaron Ashby is out there for the 56th time this year. 13-2 with a 3.56 ERA. He is on to get the lefty Jake Cronenworth. That is his job. You've got first and second for the Padres. It's a 2-1 Brewers lead here. Bottom of the 8th inning, 2 outs. Dustin May was brilliant today. First 2 starts as a Brewer for Dustin May. 13 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 walks, 11 strikeouts. That will play for the Brewers. Now they want to give him a win here today. Cronenworth is 0 for 2 with a walk today. Ashby looks back at second base and brings home the first pitch. Missed down and away with a sinker at 97. It's 1-0. Consistent theme in this 8th inning. Every Brewers pitcher has fallen behind to Padres hitters. 1-0 pitch. And that was a strike at the letters. And it's 1-1. Very top of the strike zone on that sinker at 98. Good pitch from Ashby. He's got great speed at second base with Tatis. Rengifo can move over at first base. The 1-1. Swung on and fouled straight back into the net. Cronenworth had a pretty good rip. Had that sinker at 98. That was away from the hands of Cronenworth. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tatis is the tying run. He's at second base. Go-ahead run is at first for the Padres. 1-2 pitch. Fly ball, foul and out of play down the left field line. Stays at a ball and 2 strikes. 2-1 Brewers. Trying to salvage a game out of this series after dropping the first 2 Monday and Tuesday. Ashby looks back at second. And the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball foul up the first baseline. Gave him the curveball. And again, we do it again at 1-2. These Padres have won 14 of their last 18 games. They have been red hot. One of the hottest teams in baseball. Brewers trying to cool them off here this afternoon. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cronenworth. Lefty versus lefty matchup. Kicks, delivers, and a ground ball, but foul up the first baseline. Sinker at 100 miles an hour. Down below the zone, and Cronenworth rolled it foul.
I got to tell you, Lane, we've had about as much action for a game that has only 3 runs in the 8th inning as I can ever remember.
And only 7 hits in the game. I mean, there's been a lot of walks. That's been a big part of the story. A lot of big at-bats. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball, and it just missed. Ooh, Gary held it there for a while. It was up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Alfonso Marquez had pretty good strike zone today. He's been on it for the most part. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the lefty Cronenworth. Ashby kicks, delivers, and missed down and away with a sinker. It is a full count. You've got Machado lurking in the on-deck circle. You don't want to face him with the bases loaded. Ashby is in this game right now to get the lefty Cronenworth. 3-2 pitch coming home. And a chopper to first. Big hop for Bowers. He's going to flip it to Ashby, who does not win the race to the bag. Tatis around third. He will score, and we are tied at 2. It was very close at first. Pat Murphy is going to hold things up to see if they want to challenge it. They will not. Give Cronenworth credit for hustling out of the box. It was a tough play for Bowers. He had a decision to make. Ashby just a little bit late getting over to cover. I think if Bowers keeps it himself and runs to the bag, he still probably has the same result. And Cronenworth gets this game tied. And that one stings for the Brewers. If you're Ashby, you got the result you were looking for. And now you face Machado with runners at first and second. And give Tatis credit, too, for just beating it around third and never stopping.
Yeah, it's good baseball by the Padres. It really is a team that's just clicking on all cylinders at the moment. Yeah, Ashby could have probably broken a split second sooner once that ball was hit to the right side off the mound, but
I think if Bowers keeps it himself, Cronenworth is still safe.
I think he needed Ashby, and he was just beaten to the bag there by a hustling Cronenworth.
And it wasn't terribly late. He's a lefty. He's falling off the mound a little bit in that direction. Now you got to deal with Machado, trying to keep this game tied. Ashby brings home the first pitch and missed inside with a sinker. It's 1-0. Rengifo at second, Cronenworth's at first, and the 1-0 pitch. That missed inside. 2 balls and no strikes. And again, falling behind. That's been the theme here in this 8th inning. Machado, 0 for 3 today, 3 for 11 in the series. And the 2-0 pitch. Did he offer the appeal to first? He sure did. Mike Estabrook on the call over at first base. Went around on a changeup down low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Looks like Mason Miller is getting loose in the Padres bullpen. The 2-1. Swing and a miss at a changeup, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So one would think we would see him in the 9th inning regardless now that the game is tied at 2. Machado uses his timeout. Again, Rengifo at second, Cronenworth at first. There's 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Machado. He bounced it in the dirt. He gets away from Sanchez, moving up 90 feet, both runners. So the go-ahead run now 90 feet away. An insurance run standing at second base in Cronenworth. And the count is full on Machado. Yet another right-hander in Ty France in the on-deck circle for San Diego. Ashby, long look in. And the 3-2 pitch. Chopped right back to Ashby. Fields it, spins, throws to first in time to get Machado. And the inning is over. But the Padres get it tied at 2 as we go to the 9th inning on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Fastball tapped at the plate. It'll trickle down the third baseline. The Mariners are going to let it roll. Lenny Randall gets down on his hands and knees and blows on it like a curler, and it goes foul.
I have never seen that before in baseball. If this is allowed, that will be part of the arsenal, I'm sure, of the third baseman from now on.
Make you forget Laurel and Hardy in a hurry.
It's going to go as a base hit.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Oppo Taco.
I'm going to guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, someone that's just mailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
Diego, and Mason Miller takes over on the mound for the Padres. He's trying to get this game to the bottom of the ninth inning and give the Padres a chance to try and walk it off. The Brewers hoping to reclaim the lead. Just saw the lead evaporate in the bottom of the eighth inning. Garrett Mitchell to lead things off against Mason Miller. First offering to Mitchell is down and in with a fastball at 102. And it's 1-0. Brewers saw Miller in the ninth inning of Monday night's game. Mitchell struck out looking against him. Miller brings home the 1-0 pitch. That missed high. 2 balls and no strikes. Now, Monday night, Miller was having a hard time landing his fastball. And he's thrown his first 2 fastballs out of the zone here in this top of the ninth inning against Mitchell. Miller's 2-0 pitch is sprayed foul and out of play third base side. It's 2-1. Fastball at 102.4. That was a borderline strike on the inside part of the plate. Might have grazed the inside edge. And the 2-1. And Mitchell, a hard hit ground ball, but right at first base. Fielding it and running to the bag is France to retire Mitchell for the first out. Luis Camposano is in the game as the catcher now. Tatis stays in the game in right field for San Diego. So here's David Hamilton. It's the bottom third of the Brewers' order here in this top of the ninth inning. Hamilton 0 for 3 today. Miller's first offering is inside with a fastball, and it's 1-0. We are tied at 2 in the top of the ninth inning here in San Diego. The Brewers trying to get out of here with at least a win after dropping the first 2 games of this series. 1-0 pitch is a little high and away, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. He is not landing that fastball so far. Late inning dramatics here in San Diego in this series finale here today. The 2-0 pitch showing bunt, takes a fastball up and in. It's 3-0 on Hamilton. Well, you'd love to get Hamilton aboard and get that speed on, see if he can try to swipe a bag, especially now that Fermin's out of the game. Very good defensive catcher. 3-0 pitch, missed inside, he walked him, and there you go. That's a good development for the Crew. An ortho ASAP walk. Let's see if Hamilton tries to get himself in motion at some point with Joey Ortiz coming to the plate. Hamilton with 21 stolen bags on the season. Pretty healthy lead being held on by France over at first. Ortiz in the box. Miller brings home the pitch, and he missed high. It's 1-0. Right now, Miller just not getting that fastball in the zone, and the Brewers might be content to just see how long this goes with Miller before he starts to calibrate and get in the strike zone. 1-0 pitch, missed inside with a slider. It's 2 balls and no strikes, and he does not have it, at least right now. Mason Miller looks vulnerable, which is not something you say very often. 2 balls and no strikes on Ortiz. Here's the pitch. And that caught the outside edge for a strike. It's 2-1. Fastball at 102. It was outside. Shouldn't have been a strike. That was off the plate away. It should be 3-0 on Ortiz, but the Brewers do not have challenges. 2-1. There goes the runner. Pitch is a ball. The throw to second is not in time. Hamilton able to keep his left foot on the bag. He almost overslid it, but he's in there with his 22nd stolen base of the year, and it's a 3-1 count on Ortiz. There will be no challenge from the Padres. Stolen bases brought to you by Delta Dental. For your fellow fanatics, your personal cheerleaders, and your number one fans, for all the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. So runner in scoring position for the Crew, 1 out, 3 balls and 1 strike the count here on Ortiz. Jackson Churio lurks in the on-deck circle. Miller out of the stretch, the pitch, and he missed inside with a slider. He walked him. Back-to-back walks for Miller. And the Brewers have first and second and 1 away. And now Ruben Niebla is going to make his way up the steps. He's going to go chat with Mason Miller here, as Miller visibly frustrated. He's got the cap resting up on the top of his head. Goes off the back of the mound for a little walk in frustration. And while Niebla is out there talking to Miller, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. You are listening to the Brewers Radio Network. With Josh Maurer and Kent Sommerfeld, Lane Grindle with you here this afternoon from Petco Park in San Diego. It's a 2-2 ball game, top of the 9th inning. Brewers have 2 on and 1 away. Another ortho ASAP walk drawn by Ortiz. So the 8-9 hitters have set the table with 1 out now for the top of the order. Jackson Churio is 0 for 4 today. A couple of groundouts, couple of strikeouts. Patience is your friend right now against a struggling Mason Miller. We'll see what the mound visit from Niebla did to maybe dial him in terms of throwing strikes. Miller's first offering to Churio, and Jackson takes a slider for a strike. It's 0-1. He landed that one right down the middle. Hamilton at second base. Ortiz is at first. Miller's 0-1. And he landed another slider for a strike. And it's 0-2. So he has been able to locate the slider now. He was even struggling with that pitch the last couple of batters. It's been the fastball that's been the big miss for Miller so far here in the 9th. He's not been able to land it really whatsoever. The pitch missed low with a fastball. 103 on the radar gun. It's 1-2. Brewers 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position today. 6 of their outs in those situations have been strikeouts. Camposano needs a second to just get himself ready to go. So Alfonso Marquez steps out in front of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count here on Churio. Miller has thrown 16 pitches already in the inning. Here's the pitch. And Jackson able to check on a slider down and away, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Terang in the on-deck circle for Milwaukee. It has been a challenging 9th so far for Miller. This game is tied at 2. Do the Brewers have a big hit in them against the best closer in the game in Mason Miller? Here's the 2-2 to Churio. And a fly ball into right field. Tatis racing in, battling the sun into foul territory, makes the catch. And there's 2 away. That is a big out for Mason Miller right there. So it's going to be up to Terang. Bryce today has been on base twice. An RBI single back in the 3rd inning. That gave the Brewers, at the time, a 2-0 lead. We are now tied at 2 here. Terang officially 1 for 3 in the game. Miller out of the stretch, the first pitch is high with a fastball at 102. It's 1-0. That pitch still has just not been there for Mason Miller today. Luis Lara has a bat. He would hit for Vaughn if the inning extends past Turang. 1-0 pitch. And Bryce took a slider for a strike. It's 1-1. 2-2 ball game, top of the ninth inning. Brewers and Padres here on this Wednesday afternoon. Miller sets up on the first base side of the rubber. The 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. He got a fastball past Turang at 103. That was a fastball in the zone. He snuck it past him. And now Camposano out in front of home plate. Slowing things down just a bit. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Bryce. Miller about to throw his 22nd pitch of this ninth inning. Here it comes. Missed inside. And it's even now at 2-2. Fastball at 104, up and in on Bryce Turang. Mason Miller, a different animal. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a fastball at 103, and the Brewers will strand a pair in the top of the ninth. We go to the bottom of the ninth, tied at 2 on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
When you're injured, you want quick, specialized care, not a long ER wait.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998. Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
Well, he is. He's out. His third is out. Look at this. Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Well, when we moved downtown San Diego from Qualcomm to Petco Ballpark, new uniforms were on the way, and this is the Padre home white. This jersey is from 2007, which was a career year for myself, winning a Cy Young. There's some different memories that stand out. One in this uniform against the Braves, where I struck out a Padre record 16, wearing this jersey, trying to make the Padre and the Friar faithful proud.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Brewers. He will get France, Merrill, and then Hayes. That's the trio scheduled to hit here in this bottom of the ninth inning. Ty France, 2 for 3 today. He has 6 hits in this series. He has been a problem for the Brewers over this 3-game set. First pitch. He is in there for a strike on a sinking fastball at 97. And it's 0-1. Brewers have action in their bullpen. As France calls timeout and steps out of the box. Trevor McGill is getting loose in the Brewers bullpen. Would think the Brewers would try to get Ashby through Merrill, who is following France. And then you might see McGill come into this game to face the righty Hayes. Adrian Morejon, the left-hander, is getting loose in the Padres bullpen in case this game goes to the top of the 10th. Ashby's 0-1. Missed down and in. It almost hit him. France able to get out of the way in time, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. It would be actually Camposano, not Hayes, that would be scheduled to hit after Merrill, as Hayes was lifted out of this game when Tatis came in and hit for Freddie Fermin. 1 ball and 1 strike here on France. The pitch from Ashby is a liner down the left field line, but foul and out of play. Had home run distance, but plenty foul. Got out in front of a changeup, and it's 1-2. Ashby looks in. Big open stance from the right-handed hitting France, and he bounced one in there with a sinker. It's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brewers led 2-0. This game has a very similar feel to Monday's game. Brewers just hoping for a different outcome. Monday, the Brewers led until the 7th inning. That's when the game flipped on a Jackson Merrill homer. Gave the Padres a 3-2 lead, and they held on. Ashby's 2-2 pitch, and he was able to check, I think. They appealed to first. Mike Estabrook says he did not swing. It was a curveball down and in. Good pitch from Ashby, but France able to keep his hands back. And it's another full count. These Padres hitters have had really good at-bats here late over the last couple of innings. 3 balls and 2 strikes on France. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him with a curveball. Ashby gets a big ortho ASAP strikeout. And now he'll battle Jackson Merrill here, who is 0 for 3 today. 3 for 10 in the series. Lefty versus lefty matchup here for Ashby. Ashby's first offering is swung on and fouled straight back into the net. It's 0-1. Padres have been a really good team late in games this year. Brewers also have been that. The pitch. Laced foul over the Brewers dugout into the net, and it's quickly 0-2 on Merrill. That would tell you that both teams have very good bullpens. That would be a big part of why these two teams have been so good late. Ashby's 0-2 pitch to Merrill is a liner into right center field. This is going to plug the gap. Mitchell over there to cut it off before it gets to the warning track. Merrill with a headfirst slide into second. He's got a 1-out double. Well, this guy is on another planet right now. He is one of the hottest hitters in baseball. And he's shown that he's very clutch so far in this series. It was a sinker. It was middle, and that has been the way it's gone. You make a mistake to Jackson Merrill, he makes you pay for it. He now has a 6-game extra base hit streak going. And Pat Murphy's out of the dugout. That's going to be it for Aaron Ashby. Trevor McGill's going to come into this game to face Camposano. So Ashby hands him the ball, and McGill will try to keep this game tied and get this game to extra innings. It's an Ironworkers Local 8 pitching change. Looking for a change in your career? The sky's the limit with Ironworkers Local 8.
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, "Neil, where are you going?" He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors, where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
to these prices. Better products, better prices, better service because we're employee-owned.
It's Woodman's.
Trevor McGill is on. It is a 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of the ninth inning. And he's got a little work to do. Jackson Merrill just doubled off of Aaron Ashby, so the Padres with a runner in scoring position here. There is one out in the inning, and he will deal with Luis Campusano, and then Jace Bowen would be scheduled to hit after that. These Padres today just 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position. They have out-hit the Brewers 6-3 in this game, but they have never led in this game. Brewers took an early 2-0 lead. Padres scored on a solo home run from Xander Bogaerts back in the third, and then got the game tied on an infield single by Jake Cronenworth in the bottom of the 8th inning that scored Fernando Tatis Jr. all the way from second base. So here's Luis Campusano, who did not start this game. Trevor McGill. First offering to Campusano is a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. McGill making his 48th appearance of the year. He's 2-2 with a 2.58 ERA. Pitched on Sunday against the Twins, a perfect 9th inning with a pair of strikeouts. A look back at second, and the 0-1. That caught the outside edge. No balls and 2 strikes on Campusano, but he's going to challenge. And he's going to lose this challenge. Actually, he's going to win this challenge. It's outside. So Campusano wins it, and it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Challenge is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. McGill out of the stretch. The 1-1. And a pop-up. This one into shallow left, foul territory. Out goes Ortiz, the third baseman. Makes the catch, and there's 2 away. And that'll get Jace Bowen to the plate for San Diego. McGill's been on a roll of late. Unscored upon in 22 of his last 23 outings. .40 ERA. Over his last 22 and a third innings, now 23 innings. Should say 22 and 2/3 innings for McGill. He's trying to get it to 23. First pitch to Bowen. Swing and a miss on a fastball down and in at 98, and it's 0-1. Again, Morahone getting loose. He would get the 10th if we go to extra innings for the Padres. McGill's 0-1. Ground ball and a fair ball past the foul ball up the third baseline. Malachi Moore threw his hands up. Ooh, it was very close down that third baseline. Ortiz laid out for it, couldn't get the glove to it. You cannot review this because it's in front of the bag. I don't know. I think it was foul, but it was not foul by much. Woo. Game of inches. And again, even if you thought it was going to be fair, you can't challenge it if you're San Diego. No balls and 2 strikes to count here on Bowen. That was the curveball. He's shown him both the fastball and the curveball so far in this at-bat. 0-2 pitch. Bounced a curveball in there in front of home plate. Blocked nicely by Sanchez, keeping Merrill at second base. It's 1-2 now on Bowen. It's only the second time this year that McGill has entered mid-inning in a game. He did it on July 25th against Colorado to get a 1-out save. 1-2 on Bowen. McGill kicks, delivers, and he missed down and away with a fastball at 100 miles an hour. It's 2-2. Merrill gets his lead from second. McGill raises the leg, the pitch, and a liner into center coming in as Mitchell goes into a dive. Garrett Mitchell just saved the game for Milwaukee. Mitchell sprinting in a head-first dive, and he took a hit away from Jace Bowen, and we go to the 10th in San Diego. We are tied at 2 on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance. What's on Tap, brought to you.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade, you gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
Murakami to pull, 1-2 from Sandy. That one cut on and missed, and Murakami swings over the top of it. Another punch out for Munetaka Murakami.
Well, I'm going to say that was a changeup.
Yeah.
But either way, it was a nasty pitch down and away from Murakami.
Got him! Changeup, 2 away.
Boy, this has been Picasso, Rembrandt, everything put together with the way he's worked on the mound, with the stuff he's had, the location.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Well, we go to the 10th inning here in San Diego. The finale of this one could not be settled in regulation. A 2-2 ball game. And Luis Lara to lead things off for the Brewers against the new left-handed reliever, Adrian Morejon, who has been outstanding in his own right this year for San Diego. Brewers 9-3 in extra innings this year. The Padres 4-2. Placed runner is Turang at second base. Corners in, anticipating a bunt. First pitch from Morejon misses high, and it's 1-0. Lara was not squared around to bunt there. So Lara hitting for Vaughn here in this 10th inning. Morejon kicks and delivers. And a swing and a miss. Fastball at 98. He got it past Lara. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Lara hitting from the right side. And now we're going to have a pitch clock violation against Lara, and it's going to cost him a strike. They're going to say he didn't have his eyes up and ready to hit with 8 seconds on the pitch clock, and so now that makes it a 1 ball 2 strike count. Morejon looking in. Again, Turang the runner at second. A look back at second in the pitch. And a chopper out in front of the mound, but it'll roll foul actually up the third baseline. Morejon kicks it to make sure that it stays foul. And it'll stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes as Lara got a piece of a changeup in the zone and just swung on top of it straight down into the dirt. So Lara off the bench here to hit for the Brewers. Morejon, the 1-2 pitch. And hit foul and out of play down the right field line. Stays at 1-2. Lara hanging tough. Brewers down to just Yelich and Ji-Hwan Bae on their bench. Lara, the only right-handed option off the bench for Pat Murphy as a switch hitter. And the 1-2 pitch. That one is fouled out of play. First base side. Stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. There goes the runner. Pitch is high. The throw to third is in time to get Terang. Campusano got it out quickly. And they cut down Bryce Terang. God, Padres feels like have done everything right the last couple of innings. This is the way they're playing right now. They're playing great baseball. And now there's one away. The 2-2 to Lara. That missed down and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, I should correct myself, too. Lara came into the game defensively back in the 8th inning. Not pinch hitting. He was in the on-deck circle in the 9th inning as well. 3-2 pitch is called third strike. So Lara down on strikes, and there's 2 away. And it'll be up to Bowers. Bowers 0 for 3 with a walk today. 2-2 ball game, top of the 10th inning. Morahone brings home the pitch. Bouncer to third, behind the bag, played by Machado, throws across the body, not in time. Bowers with an infield single extends the inning now to William Contreras. So Bowers with a well-placed ground ball behind the bag at third. Machado did everything he could with it. And the Brewers do have a base runner here with 2 outs in the top of the 10th inning. It's quiet in the Brewers bullpen, so it appears it's going to be Trevor McGill in the bottom of the 10th. Morahone, the first pitch. Fly ball foul and out of play, first base side by Contreras, and it's 0-1. There was a lot of talk around the deadline that maybe the Padres would make Morahone available. They ended up not doing that. A 1 is a fly ball to center, but playable. Merrill moving in and to his right, makes the catch, and the Brewers unable to get that placed runner across in the top of the 10th. We go to the bottom of 10, a 2-2 ball game on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Dupont reaching up and making the catch right in front of the 408 marker to keep us scoreless. Corbin Carroll all the way to the wall, and he's got it. Wow, what a catch. Oh my goodness, that might be the catch of the year in 26. Long run for Bench towards the line. He slides, goes crashing into the wall, and he made the catch. It bounces to the wall. Tavares gets to third. He's being waved home. Relay to the plate. Tavares out. That was beautifully done by both Nimmo and Lopez on the relay.
Shallow right field. Who's going to get it? What a play by Garcia.
Try to navigate the space, leaning over and almost falling over. But bottom line, he made the catch and he gets back upright. Center field, diving attempt, and it's caught. Brenton Doyle, the Gold Glover, with a great catch. The screamer, but Casey slides, and he makes the catch on the backhand.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 10th inning. It is a 2-2 ball game, and the Padres will be facing Trevor McGill, who stays out there on the mound. McGill able to get the final couple of outs of that 9th inning to send it to extra innings. And it'll be Xander Bogaerts to lead things off for San Diego. Jace Bowen will be the placed runner to start this inning at second base for the Padres. So it is the bottom of the order, but that means Bogarts and then Tatis because of all the different changes that have been made over the course of the last few innings of this game. So that means Tatis is hitting out of the 9th spot. 2-2 ball game, bottom of the 10th. McGill brings the pitch home, and this is a pop-up. Sky high on the infield, left side. Ortiz dancing underneath of it, makes the catch, and that's a big first out for Trevor McGill. One away, and now here's Tatis. Brewers trying to get this game to an 11th inning. It is quiet in the Padres bullpen, so one would imagine that Morejon would go back out there if the Brewers get it to the 11th. And now time is called as the Brewers are going to walk Tatis intentionally. His run means nothing. The only thing you're worried about is getting 2 more outs and not allowing Bowen to score from second base. So gives you a force out at any bag. And now here's Rengifo. So Rengifo, who had the grand slam last night, drew a tough walk in the middle of that rally in the 8th inning today for the Padres, hitting left-handed against McGill. Trevor kicks, first pitch is a swing and a miss. A little late on a fastball at 98, and it's 0-1. This is a big ask out of Trevor McGill, but boy, has he answered the call time and time again over the course of this season for the Brewers. He has put together another stellar year at the back of this Brewers bullpen. No balls and 1 strike on Rengifo. McGill looks at second and the pitch. And that one just missed. Sanchez will challenge.
Calls the ball, the captain challenge.
Fastball at 99, and he's not going to win it. This one is down below the zone. It'll stay a ball.
Calls confirmed, Milwaukee Brewers out of time.
Challenge is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Missed by 0.5 of an inch. 1 ball and 1 strike on Rengifo. McGill out of the stretch here. Brings home the pitch. And a pop-up. Left side again. Ortiz again. In fair territory. Infield fly called for. Ortiz will make the catch, and there's 2 away. 2 huge outs for Trevor McGill. And now he'll battle Jake Cronenworth with a chance to send this game to an 11th inning. Again, first and second. The runner at first is of no consequence to the Brewers. It's all about keeping Bowen from scoring at second base. The pitch. A half swing and a miss from Cronenworth on a fastball right through there. And it's 0-1. Cronenworth had the RBI single in the 8th inning to get this game tied. There go the runners. The pitch is swung on. Foul tip. The throw to third is not going to be in time. No balls and 2 strikes is the count on Cronenworth, but both runners move up 90 feet. So now the winning run is 90 feet away as the Padres pull off the double steal. No balls and 2 strikes on Cronenworth. It doesn't get much more tense than this right here. McGill, the high set, kicks, delivers, and a fly ball to center. Hit deep, but playable. Back on it is Mitchell, has it measured, makes the catch, and let's play 11 in San Diego. Backs against the wall. McGill puts up a 0, and we play on at Petco Park. 2-2 ball game on the Brewers.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Second home run of the game, 26th of the year for Ohtani. And what do we have here?
Obviously a big, strong guy, long arms. You want to be able to tie up inside, but you can't just pitch him one way.
Noah Cameron, incomplete, command of the Twins. 9 strikeouts, ties a career best. So does 8 innings. Spectacular.
Major League Baseball's best 29-5 since June 25th. 7 in a row for the Red Sox.
How about that for a response? First pitch of the ball game from Lauer, PCA. Well, I'm the designated hitter. All hit. 420 feet. Game on. And not a lot of experience as a designated hitter, but he's absolutely locked in.
On now, lines it into left field. The Guardians take the lead. This kid's unbelievable. He's 4 for 4 in his big league debut.
G1 Bay run for William Contreras. So he'll be the placed runner at second base. And Gary Sanchez to lead things off for the Crew here in this 11th inning. So it'll be Sanchez and then Mitchell and then Hamilton, the trio scheduled to hit against Morejon. So the righty and Sanchez, then a couple of lefties. It's quiet in the Padres bullpen. Brewers have action in their pen. Looks like Senzatella is starting to play catch out there in the bullpen for the Crew. Morejon, first offering to Sanchez is inside, and it's 1-0. Sanchez has never faced Morejon, believe it or not, in his career. Morejon, the left-hander, looks in. And the 1-0 pitch. That's up and in. And it's 2 balls to no strikes on Sanchez. It is a 2-2 ball game here in the top of the 11th inning. Morejon again looks at second in the 2-0 pitch. And a ground ball hits the bag. It's a fair ball. It's going to roll into the left field corner. Around third and scoring is Bay. Sanchez strolling into second with an RBI double, and the Brewers take a 3-2 lead here in the 11th inning. That ball was smoked at 112 off the bat. It hit the bag and just kept going on into the corner. That might have done some damage to the third base bag as hard as it was hit from Gary Sanchez. $75 to the MAC Fund, courtesy of Westspin, the silver lining. And now the Brewers looking for some network health insurance runs with Garrett Mitchell coming to the plate. Corners are in, anticipating a bunt. Morejon looks at second in the pitch, and Garrett took away. It's 1-0. Network Health is your hometown team for quality health insurance plans. Visit networkhealth.com to find the right plan for you. Morejon not foreign to multi-inning appearances. The 1-0 pitch and bounced in the dirt. It gets past the backstop. Campusano and all the way back to the screen. And Sanchez jogs to third. He is there with nobody out. It is 2 balls to no strikes on Garrett Mitchell. Now the infield has to come all the way in for San Diego. What a game for Gary Sanchez so far today. He's driven in 2 of the 3 runs for the Brewers. Here's the 2-0 to Garrett. And it's up and in. 3 balls to no strikes. Morejon has 21 multi-inning appearances this year. 6 2-inning games. Brewers are 2-0 this year when the game goes 11 innings or more. Trying to make that 3-0. Morejon looks in. And the 3-0 to Garrett. And Garrett taking all the way, takes a strike. It's 3-1. Pat Murphy just popped out of the dugout, went over and whispered something in the direction of David Hamilton, who's in the on-deck circle. Brewers with a 3-2 lead here in the 11th inning. The 3-1, swing and a miss. Ran a sinker down and in. And the count is full. It's 3-2. Again, Senzatella is getting loose in the Brewers bullpen. I think you can surmise that Abner Uribe was off limits today. Sanchez stands at third. There's nobody out. Mora home. Kicks and delivers. That's up and in. He walked him. So it's a walk to Mitchell. And now what do the Brewers do with David Hamilton coming to the plate? You've got the speed, the ability to put down a bunt. You've got runners on the corners. Ruben Niebla is coming out to have a conversation with Morejon. And the tricky part with that is that you got Sanchez at third. So not exactly the fleetest of foot. So you probably wouldn't be thinking safety squeeze or anything like that in this situation. But you've got runners on the corners here and nobody out in the 11th. One run is already in. Gary Sanchez with an RBI double to open up this inning has given the Brewers the lead again. And it's still quiet in that Padres bullpen. I'm a little surprised at that because Morejon has thrown 20 pitches and still does not have an out recorded in this 11th inning. That may change soon for San Diego, one would think. So Niebla is back into that Padres dugout, a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound. And now here's David Hamilton. And the infield has to stay in for San Diego with Sanchez at third and nobody out. Mitchell, nobody's holding him on, so one would think he's going to be taking off with the pitch here. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. He did not. Stayed put. No balls and one strike. A sinker at 100 miles an hour from Morejon. Again, Mitchell able to get pretty much what he wants. He's past the cutout with his lead right now. And the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back into the net. It's no balls and two strikes. So Hamilton quickly behind against Morejon here. Hamilton has never faced Morejon in his career. Now they'll hold Mitchell on with two strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Hamilton down on strikes. Once the bunt was off the table, they backed France back up and let him hold Mitchell. So now one away, and here's Joey Ortiz, who's had a very good day. Ortiz has been on 3 times today, a couple of walks. Had a base hit back in the 5th. Trying to just put something in play. A fly ball to the outfield at the very least if you're Joey Ortiz. Infield stays in for San Diego. There goes Mitchell. Here's the pitch. No throw to second. It's going to be challenged at the plate by Camposano. And this one is going to stand. It was high, and it's going to stay with Joey Ortiz here. 1 ball and no strikes. So Mitchell in there with a stolen base. And now second and third for the crew. And now base hit could give you a 3-run lead here if you're the Brewers. 1 ball and no strikes on Joey. Morejon brings home the pitch, and Joey swings on it, fouls it straight back into the net, and it's 1-1. Ortiz 0 for 1 against Morejon in his career. You've got great speed at second base, so you flip a ball into the outfield, and it could be worth 2. Here is a liner, but foul down the right field line and out of play. And it's 1-2 on Ortiz. Wandy Peralta is now getting loose for the Padres in their bullpen. Again, Senzatella is getting loose. He will get the bottom of the 11th inning. Morejon has thrown 26 pitches so far in this outing. Here's the 1-2. And a foul out of play first base side. Stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brewers have scratched and clawed all afternoon long, trying to get out of San Diego with a series salvaging win. They lead it 3-2 here in the top of the 11th. Morejon kicks and delivers, and a swing and a miss. Oh, he got a piece of it, and it was not squeezed by Campusano. It popped out of the mid of Campusano, and Ortiz stays alive. It was a changeup down and in. Joey chased it, but he was able to just get a piece of it and hangs in there. Well, that was in the glove of Campusano and just popped right out. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Morejon's pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with a changeup. Ortiz strikes out, and there's 2 away, and it's going to be up to Jackson Churio. Jackson is 0 for 5 today. If the Brewers ever needed him, now would be the time. Infield can return to their normal depth now with 2 outs. And they're going to intentionally walk Churio and get the bases loaded for Bryce Turang. So Churio will walk. And now a lefty-lefty matchup between Morejon and Turang. Turang today 1 for 4. One of the best RBI men in the National League. He's got 76 on the season. First pitch, swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. Brewers 2 for 14 with runners in scoring position today. They lead it 3-2 in the 11th, but looking for more. Morejon, the 0-1. That is high. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. There is no margin for error here for Morejon. You fall behind, you end up walking Turang. The lead grows for the Crew. And he has worked over these last 2 innings. The pitch swung on and fouled back into the net. And it's 1-2. Lengthy outing for Morejon, but as we told you, he has 21 multi-inning appearances. So the Padres will lean into him at times. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Turang. It's high, and it's 2-2. Lara in the on-deck circle for Milwaukee. What a game this has been here this afternoon. Morejon looking in. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled back. Our way and out of play. And Bryce gets the bat to that one and stays alive. It was a fastball. It would have been a strike on the inside edge at 99. But Bryce able to stay alive. Morejon looks in. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a slider, and the inning is over. So the Brewers will have to settle for the one they got. The RBI double from Sanchez gives them a 3-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the 11th on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's time for another road trip. We're heading to Birdland. Welcome to Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Opened in 1992, Camden Yards set the standard for new ballparks. Creating the retro classic aesthetic of brick and steel, nestled into a bustling downtown neighborhood, Camden Yards breathed new life into Orioles baseball. Just steps from the Inner Harbor and a short walk from Babe Ruth's birthplace, Camden Yards is steeped in unique history and tradition. The 100-year-old B&O warehouse is a lefty's dream target in right field. Take a stroll on Utah Street and be on the lookout for bronze baseballs embedded in the road. These plaques mark where home runs landed over the right field fence. And of course, in 1995, this was the scene of Cal Ripken Jr. breaking Lou Gehrig's long-standing Iron Man streak. Join in on the Unified during the national anthem. Feeling crabby? Grab some loaded fries from Local Fry. Or maybe head over to Boog's Barbecue and indulge in the delicious 92 crab cake sandwich. The city of Baltimore loves their O's and their ballpark.
To go out there and run at second base. It'll be Manny Machado lead things off for San Diego. This has been quite a ball game over the course of this afternoon. Brewers with a 3-2 lead, and Senzatella trying to give the Brewers their 75th win of the season. But 3 big outs to get. First pitch to Machado is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Senzatella, his 4th appearance as a Brewer, his 38th appearance overall, a 3.79 ERA. He's got 3 saves on the season. Senzatella brings home the 0-1 and down and away to Machado. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Machado, 13 for 31 lifetime against Senzatella. They've battled a lot in the NL West. Here's a ground ball up the middle. Diving stop by Hamilton. To his feet. Throws to first in time. Oh, what a play by David Hamilton on a hard hit ground ball back up the middle. Ranging to his left. Went into a slide and came up with it. The runner does get to third on the play. He's there with 1 out. Game would have been tied if Hamilton doesn't get to it. Now the Brewers bring the infield in for Ty France. France 2 for 4 today. Cronenworth at third with 1 out. Senzatella out of the stretch, the pitch, and missed it. Oh, it hit him. It hit him, which frankly is not the worst outcome there. Other than now you got to face Jackson Merrill, and you got a righty against the lefty. But if Merrill hits one on the ground, you can turn 2 and get out of it. You're just facing one of the best hitters in baseball right now in Merrill. So now runners on the corners, and Chris Hook is on his way out to chat with Senzatella here. Hit batters brought to you by Havish and Rotier, injured in a car accident. The right call is Havish with 13 offices across the state. They're the hometown firm Wisconsinites Trust. Havish and Rotier, national reputation, hometown service. So they're on the corners here. Chris Hook out there for a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound, wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. It's a fan's dream. Potawatomi Sportsbook, become a legend. So you got the tying run 90 feet away for San Diego with 1 out. Merrill, who had been 0 for 3 in this game before that double in the 9th inning, but he was stranded. That inning ended on a Jace Bowen line out to center on a tremendous play made by Garrett Mitchell. So Senzatella looking into Jackson Merrill. First offering is a swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. Merrill is 3 for 6. With a pair of doubles against Senzatella in his career. Song is running over at first for France. The pitch swung on and fouled straight back into the net. It's 0-2. So Sung Moon Song is the runner. France is out of this game. Yuki Matsui is playing catch in the Padres bullpen. Senzatella's 0-2 to Merrill. Missed up and away with a fastball. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's a 3-2 Brewers lead. Bottom of the 11th inning. Padres with runners on the corners and 1 away. Senzatella, long look in. Now comes set. Here's the pitch. Fly ball. Left side, foul territory. Ortiz giving it a look, and he'll run out of room. It lands 2 rows deep, out of play, down that third baseline. And we'll do it again at a ball and 2 strikes here on Merrill. Campusano is in the on-deck circle. This is the big one to get right here in Jackson, Maryland. Senzatella. The 1-2 pitch. There goes the runner. Swing and a foul back by Merrill. Got a piece of it. Sinker at 99. Fouled it straight back. It was a strike at the top of the strike zone. And Song has to go back to first. He was moving with the pitch. Sanchez out in front of the plate. Rolls through the signs to the infield. Merrill, the left-handed hitter, stands in there. Senzatella ahead of him, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And a liner out to right. Going back is Lara, still going back, jumping up, and he made the catch! Leaping on the warning track. Tagging from third is Cronenworth. He will score. This game is tied at 3, but Luis Lara just made an incredible catch in right field. Going straight back, having to leap and almost reach behind him as he made that catch for the second out of the inning. It'll be a sac fly for Merrill. Again, it ties this game, but now a runner at first and 2 outs. And Luis Campusano is the batter for the Padres. First offering from Senzatella is fouled back and out of play, and it's 0-1. So now for Senzatella, you're trying to get it to the 12th. Again, Yuki Matsui's getting loose in the bullpen for the Padres, so you would probably see him in the 12th inning if you're the Crew. Spin, throw to first, back in time is Song. Boy, Merrill smoked that ball. 100 miles an hour, and Lara, who was playing in a little bit, able to get back there somehow, some way, and make that catch. There goes the runner. The 0-1 is going to get past Sanchez and back to the backstop. It'll be a stolen base for Sung Moon Song. And now the winning run is in scoring position for the Padres. If Lara doesn't make that catch, I don't know that it ends the game, because I'm not sure Song scores from first. He had to wait and see if that ball got down or not. But there's a good chance he ends up at third. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch. And that's a strike at the top of the zone of the sinker. It's 1-2. Song is at second base with 2 outs here. Senzatella kicks, delivers the 1-2 pitch. That one's fouled back and out of play. And it'll stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Campusano did not start this game. This is his second at bat. He is 0 for 1 today. Senzatella comes set. And the 1-2 pitch. And a liner into right. That's going to get down. Lara gets to it on 1 hop. Around third is Song. Here's the throw home. Sanchez gets the tag down, but not in time. Song got under the tag. The throw is just a little bit high. The Brewers will probably wait and see if they want to challenge it. The Padres are celebrating it. The Brewers will not challenge. And the Padres have walked off the Brewers in the bottom of the 11th inning. 4-3 your final. Padres win it here today at Petco Park. And they sweep Milwaukee to start up this road trip. Lara got to it quickly. Ball was not hit all that hard. And the throw actually beat Song to the plate, but it was a little bit high, and so Sanchez had to go up to catch it. And by the time he got the tag down on Song, he was under the tag. And the Padres now 15-4 in their last 19 games.